leaving our vision so clear. Dark Lord Jack Daddy, knowledge supreme. Bobby A1 needs mountain dream lord. Scuba camera haunting our show. Together we reveal the fear we bestow. Jump scares and monsters looking in the dark. Gore and more team ready to embark.
What's going on, Gorehounds? And welcome to another fantastic episode of the Gore More Podcast. I'm your not-so-mean fluff master spree, Big Johnny D, bringing the shit show in. However, I'll bring the shit show in alone. For with me, as always, are my beloved horror homies. And you can tell we did not dress up for tonight's episode because, well, we're not fishing that pond, dude. We're in a totally different We're not going to Dorcia, dude. We're going to Little Caesars. So yeah, buckle the fuck up. We're getting the shits. All right, starting off, we have the Dark Lord of Knowledge, that Chad Daddy, all the way down from the Chattahoochee, Mr. Chad Chrisman.
What's up, bitches?
We have the Dean of the Deceased, the Duke of the Dead, the host with the Ghost, Lord Scuba Cabra, Mr. Steve Vasquez.
Hola, mis amigos, ¿cómo estás?
And thank you for joining us again, homie. I'm glad to see you back in the saddle.
Yeah.
Say we didn't have Scoos for last week's episode, which was his pick, by the way.
Yes,
and we have that beloved Meat Mountain, but you also know him as that killing machine, Mr. Bobby Amone.
Good evening, fuckers. It is Monday, the 13th of January.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is. And well, yeah, don't forget to subscribe to Spicy Picks. But we are talking 2000s.
It's a $2.50 special, just saying.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Actually, it's a $3 special.
That's a grab bag right there, in my opinion.
That's quite a handful.
Fucking right. But no, yeah, we're talking a movie that does not seem like it should be 25 years old, but it totally fucking is. Because we're old as fuck. And like I said, that's American Psycho. This is a Brody Kane pick. So thank you, Mr. Kane, for that. I usually know we do this a little bit later on, but this is a first time watch for me. Boys, how about you?
Same.
I've seen it a lot.
I've seen it 3 times.
Okay, so Chad Daddy and I are in the Pop Cherry column, so yep. Sweet. But before we do what we always do, we're going to talk about what we did in the last week, or didn't do, either way. Yeah. However, Mr. Vasquez is feeling a little under the weather, so we are going to pull in his variant from another multiverse.
I hate that
have him. Yeah, but he does bring in the cheese. So, variant Scuba, if you could, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for your
Slice Alive! God damn it, I want pizza.
I'm still contemplating any episode just opening with me eating a slice of pizza, all chew sounds and everything.
You know, I will say this about my variant. He tries, but I feel like my high note's just a little bit better.
A little higher?
Higher.
That one time, dude, you almost blew my fucking ears out. That was shit.
It's a little more from the sack. You gotta get it out of there.
Right. Fucking A.
And
Chad,
before we get going, I know, like we said before we started, it doesn't affect John and it doesn't affect Chad because they never hopped on the TikTok hype train. But we are live on TikTok right now.
We're the old man.
The second time, actually the third episode, we were able to go live on TikTok. Woo! But unfortunately, next Monday, TikTok will be gone that Sunday. So welcome to our final stream on TikTok. For those of you that joined in the last 3 episodes, we appreciate each and every one of you. We're going down with the sinking ship, baby.
If you are on TikTok and watching this, all I'm going to say is, yo, jump on something else and watch us on that.
Yeah,
YouTube.
Get on YouTube, please. Something.
Go to YouTube, Gore More.
YouTube, Facebook,
Facebook.
Scoob's Twitch. We got it on there too.
Yeah,
definitely the YouTube though, man. Promote the YouTube.
Yeah, definitely the YouTube. Go to one of the actual pages of Gore More. Help support us that way because we need the views. We need the views.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, the more pretty faces that listen to us gets us out to more pretty faces. So
yeah.
All right. That being said, Chad Daddy, reins are in your court, buddy. How have you been? How was your week?
Last week was my first full week back from work after being off for a couple of weeks of a vacation. And man, mentioned to you guys, it's like that first week back after a long break is just killer.
Oh, it's awful.
Yeah.
It's absolutely awful.
It wasn't a bad week. It was just a long fucking week.
It's hard on the body.
It is. It is.
I think it's harder on the mind more than it is on the body.
It really is.
A little bit of both.
Because like, man, that first night, I'm like, man, I didn't get much sleep, dragging ass. And then the next day I'm like, I got more sleep, but I still feel like shit, still dragging ass. It took till, I would say probably today is the first time I felt like extremely well rested, and I don't know why.
Nice. That
It
first
just
night
takes that
always
time.
sucks though, because you have that weird anticipation of like, you don't want to be late on your first day
Yeah.
back. You want to be up and ready, but your mindset is like up and ready. So you're like, okay, up and ready.
Yeah.
Well, I need to fucking sleep first, dickhole. Like, fuck.
It's terrible. It's terrible. Like the body just does not want to cooperate. So I got through that first week. Today wasn't a bad day. And over this weekend, we didn't do much. Friday, it's been really fucking cold. Dude, fucking tomorrow's going to be cold as fuck. Like the
Yes,
real
it
feel's
is.
going to be like way below zero.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Man, the two different coasts are at completely different spectrums right now, bro. It is
posted on Facebook. I would
insane.
like to call this season of America a song of fire and ice because
Literally. Literally.
I'll tell you what, maybe the conspiracy theorists have something. And I swear to God, the fucking government controls the weather.
I don't know, man. Something crazy is
Something's
going on.
not right. So anyway, this weekend, like I said, it was really cold on Friday. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna watch Ghostbusters: Frozen Empire for the second time. Give it a second chance. And I gotta say, I actually really fucking loved it the second time.
It's
Yeah.
much better the second.
It
Yeah.
is so much
Yeah,
better. the
it
second
usually
time.
is.
So
First time
Hey,
feels
Kaylee.
almost too fast.
Hello.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Like you're
it
just
does.
like, damn. You're like, I already whipped through that fucking movie. Second time, you already know what's kind of coming, so the pacing's a little bit more like you're ready for it.
You know what to expect, so you're not.
Mhm.
It's not that anticipation waiting. Okay, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? You already know what's gonna happen, so you can actually get to sit there and enjoy what's occurring on screen.
and you get to see, more of the little, throwbacks and shit that you missed the first time. Like
Yeah.
that first time, like when Phoebe walks into Ray's Occult bookstore for the first time in the movie, and she's like, "Oh, hey, here's that mood slime you wanted." I'm like, how did I not notice that the first time I fucking watched it?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
So yeah, I like seeing little things like that, and I'll watch it again and again. I really enjoyed it the second time. And let's see, so there was that. Saturday was bowling with the kids, and we just kind of came home. And then Sunday went and get groceries. So yes, my wife made me people yesterday. I had to put some real actual big boy pants on and go outside and get some groceries.
It happens.
Yeah, but it wasn't bad. I got actually at Walmart in the entertainment. They have a little display, and they have decals, a box of decals from Transformers 1. You get an Autobot, Decepticon, then you get that whatever that Megatronus Primus. You get his symbol, and then you get the logo, and it's a pack of decals, and they were $2. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm getting those.
Nice.
So I got that. Yeah. Aside from that, it was a pretty chill, weekend. Kids didn't have school today, so they went to mother-in-law's yesterday and hung out. And since she's not worked, she took an early retirement from Walmart. She took them to the fucking movies. They got to go see Moana too. Like I haven't been to the movies in forever.
No, that's awesome. Not for you, but for the kids, obviously.
Yeah.
Snow day today?
No, teacher in service day, Act 80 day.
Already?
Yeah.
Wow, they just had to go back to school though, didn't they?
Dude, they have next Monday off too for MLK Day.
So do I. Woo!
What the fuck?
Right?
So do I.
Yeah, my wife told me they have
You're
2
off
3 day
until
weekends
March.
in a row.
I know that just
Wait a minute. I think I could use my new floating holiday on that day.
Do it. We can
No,
all be off.
the better. Okay, so we got this new floating holiday. So there's like 3 traditional holidays like that. I don't know. I think Labor Day or something, or no, Veterans Day was one. I think they wanted to throw Juneteenth, but the 4th option is way better. And Chad Dadley probably definitely understands it for region based, but it's you can pick a day during the first week of opening week of any hunting season.
There
So
you go.
if you plan that out, and our blue laws doesn't necessarily say it has to be New York State, so I could fucking use any hunting season anywhere.
So you
Like,
can be
yo.
like me and get that long Thanksgiving weekend.
Right. I could be.
you
Well,
go.
Nice.
I mean, that's our gun season. Usually opens up that week or the week
Oh.
prior, anyways. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I thought you guys were like a week ahead of us on that.
yeah, I could easily use Pennsylvania. I mean, Pennsylvania's only 2 hours away from where I'm at, anyways. So I could easily be like, "No, man, I'm hunting Pennsylvania this next weekend." It's their opening fucking whatever. Yeah.
Meanwhile, the people that know you like he hasn't hunted a day in his life.
They don't fight.
They don't
Fucking matter.
Okay. We don't
man.
get anything cool like that, but we do get a birthday floater
Ooh.
in the month of our birthday, and then we get wellness day floaters every quarter.
See, we get the birthday floater, but it has to be after your birthday that year. Like, I can't get mine for this year until September,
Oh,
but you can use that whenever. It doesn't have to be just in September.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Nice, man.
Only
So
could be I
nice show.
I get off when I gotta get off. So.
But I'm pumped.
So yeah, and then like I said, I watched this movie, which I'm excited to talk about because I don't think we're all going to be on the same page.
No, but I think this will be a very good discussion piece.
It will be a good
Sure,
roundtable discussion, and I do have a lot of behind the scenes stuff, so it's nicely padded out.
Nice.
So yeah,
Look at that. Joe popped his cherry not too long ago, too.
Oh,
there you
look at
go.
that.
There you go,
Hey,
Gallo.
Joe. Hey,
Yeah.
Mike. Everybody in the chat.
Yes. Hello to everybody in the chat. Thank you for joining.
Hey, Big Johnny D's sisters here.
Yep, Molly.
Molly.
All right, so I will pass the reins on to Scoop Steve.
Well,
Scuba.
let's see. Last week I was dying of, a little stomach virus I got, so I was not able to join you guys for the Blade episode, but great job on the episode. I did watch it today, so great job, fellas. Let's see. What did I do? Friday, I got to leave work early. For some reason, the electrician that was at work, one of the lights down the opposite hallway where I work has not been working since God knows when. So they needed to turn off the power to the entire building. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, that they actually needed to do it, but they did. So we got to leave work early. So I'm leaving work. And as I'm walking, now I work on the part of town where there's a lot of colorful characters that hang out around the bus station that's right there.
You don't say.
Yeah. So
Go on.
I walk out, and mind you, the nonprofit that I work for deals with a lot of these people. This guy walks up to me as I'm walking out, and he's like, "Hey, you play video games?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And I'm just kind of like, am I about to get stabbed? Like, I feel like I'm about to get stabbed.
At least he started with video games and I'm like, hey, sir, you play some games?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, what's up? And so he has his backpack on, and it's a pretty big backpack, and he pulls it up and he's like, you want to buy an Xbox for $40? And I'm thinking that it's like an Xbox 360 or maybe like an original Xbox.
OG Xbox.
Yeah.
the big old-
Dude, I would pay $40 for
I'd
one.
pay
of those.
$40 for that.
I would too.
One too, because Damien just spent over $250 on getting an original Xbox. Yeah, they're fucking expensive.
Really?
Yeah, because he bought that. He got the controller. He got all the cables, and then some other games and stuff for it also. And I'm like,
That's-
why? And it's
Damn,
been
bro.
sitting in the fucking living room. He played it like a handful of times, and it's just been sitting in there. And I'm like,
He
I
just
think
paid.
I still have my old Knights of the Old Republic game.
He
I
paid
do
like,
have mine. I have both
year-
of them. One
he
and
paid
two.
like year
was that
one
when it
or
came
two pricing for OG.
yeah, he
Xbox.
got hosed on that price.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
seriously.
but so I'm thinking it's gonna be one of those, and I'm like, hey, $40, whatever. Even if it doesn't work, whatever. I can take it into it's called retro games or some shit here.
Take a look at it. See
Yeah, they can
Yeah,
sell
I
it
got
or
you.
fix it, whatever. But no, this dude pulls out what looks like a brand spanking new Xbox Series S. Now, mind you, I have a Series X, but I traded it to Damien for his PS5. So I have not had an Xbox to play on. And I'm like, $40? And he's like, yeah, $40. I got the controller, I got all the cables for it. $40, it's yours. And I'm like, I'll take it. So I brought it home. I didn't know if it was going to have a profile on it. I didn't know if it was stolen. I did not care. I didn't steal it. I bought it from somebody. So, hey, if this belonged to somebody else, not my problem. So I got it home. I told Damien, I said, plug it in. If it needs to be reset everything on there. But no, we turned it on. It didn't have any profiles on it. Didn't have anything. It was like first boot up. It looked like it was brand new. There was no dust on it. There was no wear and tear on the controller. It had this really cool charging base for the controllers that you can, it stands up vertically. So
Ooh,
you
nice.
can, yeah. So I was like, hell yeah. So we got it and I re-downloaded all my games and was playing a little bit on the Xbox this weekend. And then I worked Friday night. Saturday, What did I do Saturday? Oh, I hung out with my mom. My mom came down for my
Nice.
uncle's funeral, so I got to see my mom for a little bit, and we hung out on Saturday. And then I just stayed at home with Charlie. Didn't do much Saturday night. I played, Dragon Ball Z for a little bit, and that was it. And then yesterday, what did we do yesterday? Went to go hang out with grandma. Yesterday was grandma day, so went to go spend some time with her. So my old bedroom kind of turned into storage when I moved out, and we had just been putting stuff in there and packing stuff up and putting it over there. And so I cleaned out that entire room. My ex-wife used to live with my grandma. My first ex-wife lived with my grandma for a little bit. And so she left tons of shoes, tons of clothes, but it's been there for over 5 years. And my grandma's like, oh no, she might want it. I'm like, grandma, she don't want this stuff. Like if she wanted it, she would have picked it up by now. So I threw everything away, cleaned out the closet, came home. Mel had to go to work. I was going to watch this movie last night, but it just kind of ran. It got too late. And I started getting this sinus. I don't want to say it's an infection because I'm not hawking up anything that's like bright green or anything. So it's not an infection yet. But also, I don't know if it's the nasal sprays that my doctor prescribed to me, because apparently I have allergies and I need to do this nasal spray every day now, twice a day. But I don't know if it's the nasal sprays that kind of just made my sinuses raw or something, but I don't know. That's why I didn't do Slice of Life. We had to have Variant Steve. And
I really wish I had one of those button things, man, because I feel like that would have been the perfect, like, it's fucking raw.
But yeah, and then let's see. I watched the movie today at work. My boss was like, just chill in your office, you're fine. Like
Nice.
I had one meeting that I had to do that lasted like 8 minutes long virtually, and that was it. And watched the movie, ready to talk about it after we hear from Bobby and John. So Bobby, give it to me.
Hi, I'm Bobby. My weekend was good. Friday was a nice chill night. I went out with a couple of buddies of mine. We went to the bar. We had ourselves a few pitchers of beer, which I haven't done in a while. I haven't touched beer itself probably within a month. So I'm like, yeah, something I can afford a few beers. So we went out, hung out, just chilling, drinking, talking, all of that shit. Saturday, my fiance came over, and we booked our DJ for the wedding.
Nice.
So we have that all set up, and I have some other things set up, which I'll tell you guys about later on, and all that fun stuff. And then after that, we took my mother shopping at the mall, and I got myself some new jeans. I got some new shirts, and they got a few things, just shopping around in general. And then we went and had Texas Roadhouse for dinner, which I haven't been to in a while.
Nice.
That fucking place was mobbed like a fucking convention. I was like, what is the fucking going on here? Are there free steaks they're giving away? What's going on here? Like, it was mobbed. From the time we actually got there, we had to wait an hour to get our table. And the time we went inside, mobbed. Like, I thought Robert Englund was in there giving away autographs. I'm like,
it's that cinnamon butter, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is insanity. And we left. Like, I think we were there total an hour, whatever, give or take in that time frame. Still, I'm like, this is
You know what it was? It's the weekend. That's prime rib weekend.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I always get the countryside steak or chicken usually when
I love a good chicken fried steak. I love a good chicken fried steak, but I get the gravy on the side.
Oh, okay.
I don't want the gravy to make my steak soggy.
So you dip it. So you dip it. Do you dip your steak in? Okay.
I'm a dipper. Yes.
I got their big ass 20-ounce ribeye, and that shit actually came out fucking phenomenal. I was like, oh, this is great. Nice. And then we came home. Rebecca and I watched. We just finished the new Squid Game show, so now we're ready for season 3.
Damn.
And then Sunday was
you already burned through season 2, huh? No shit.
I've never watched it. Is it?
Oh, it didn't take much. I mean, we would maybe sometimes watch like 2 episodes, like on a Saturday night when we get home and like sometimes 11 o'clock. Like, throw on an episode.
It's like to me that's like Tiger King. That's like something that everybody else is watching. I'm like, eh.
Is it? Are you like me?
Please.
Where if there's too much hype, you're just
I
like,
won't watch
yeah,
it.
nope. Yeah.
That's
I
how I
I
was
feel-
about Game of Thrones. I was
I-
like that with Game of Thrones. Everybody was so hyped about it and so talked about it, and they were so hyped up about it. I didn't start
Yeah.
watching Game of Thrones till like season 4 or 5.
That's
Still never seen it.
that's most of the reason why a lot of times I won't watch the big
Same.
thing, because I'm like, nah, man, the hype train's too big. So it's like, if I go in, I know I'm just gonna be instantly disappointed. You
Yep.
know what I mean? Where it's like, I'd rather have a bunch of people be like, yo, dude, this shit sucked. I'm like, you know what? Let me get my own opinion on it. For some reason, that gets me to fucking.
Yep, I get. Yep,
it's-
that's how I am.
Well, it's kind of like when your parents tell you you can't watch that movie as a kid, and you're like this. I'm going to find a way to watch that
Fucking
movie.
right.
now."
Don't touch the red button. What's that
It's-
now?
It reminds me of a show where the kid was about to put something in the socket, and the mother says, "Don't do that." But then the father goes, "No, no, no,
That was on
let him do
Titus.
it." And he does it. He's like, "Never again, right?" I'm like, "It's fucked up." But anyway, and then Sunday was with my family. We were watching the football games and just chilling out, having pasta all day, penne vodka, sausage and broccoli rabe, and chicken ragu pasta
Damn.
for lunch.
I love how he
And
talks about that
shit
food. Like,
was
it's no big deal. Like, it's
fire.
just like sandwiches or something. Like, that's gourmet meal to me.
No.
Right? My chicken nugget mac
It
and
was
cheese
good.
ass. Like,
Yeah.
fuck
Dude,
Hey,
we had
hey,
tuna
hey,
noodle
hey,
casserole
chicken
for dinner.
nuggets and mac
He's
and
going on
cheese.
about this great pasta,
Listen,
and we had fucking
chicken-
tuna noodle casserole.
I had this can of.
Hey, chicken nuggets and mac and cheese. Listen, that shit fucking fire.
Sometimes
too,
it
man.
really
I'll take
is,
that
though.
any day of the
Like,
week.
sometimes when you got that like hankering for just shit, whatever it be, those are the two, man. You're just like, yep, that's gonna win.
I like mac and cheese with bacon and cut up sausage in it.
Yes.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
You get some
I mean,
sausage.
I mean,
great.
bacon. You're always gonna anything you want to throw bacon out. I'm fine with that. That's fine.
So, what type
Sausage?
of mac and cheese? You talking like the
Oh.
Kraft mac and cheese or like homemade?
No,
something
like
cheesier?
homemade mac and cheese.
Homemade.
You get
Yeah,
the
you
bacon.
get
Yeah, but see, I'm saying when you want to eat dirty, you just eat a box of Kraft mac and
Yeah,
cheese.
you eat a box of Kraft.
Oh, yeah.
You
yeah.
fuckers don't have TikTok, so you wouldn't know what I'm
No.
talking about. But
I got
there's-
Instagram. I'm 2 weeks behind.
Did
I'm
you
fine,
see?
dude.
Did you see the new way to make the Kraft mac and cheese? You don't boil the noodle. You throw everything
Oh, I
in.
think I see. I think I
You
did.
only
But
put enough water.
oh,
You
yes,
only
yes,
put enough
yes.
water to cover the mac and cheese. You only put enough milk and water to cover the mac and cheese.
So you're just making it like the microwave style?
Yes, and dude, it comes out so much better. It
Yeah.
comes out so, trust me, I'm telling you, it is so much cheesier. It,
I don't know. I've had
You're all
Easy
gonna
Mac. It's
try
not
it.
that great.
Yeah, but that's because
not.
that's that powder shit on
But
there.
this
That's
is
what
it's
ruins that.
different. It doesn't taste like the microwave one. It
Send me the video because I want to see. I'll
send
try
it.
I got
It's
enough
fucking
boxes
good,
of that
John.
shit to throw one away.
Fat boy to
Post
fat
it in
boy.
the- in the-
Trust
in the
me,
chat.
fat boy to fat boy. I would not lead you astray when it comes to food.
I mean, listen, dude, I love me some
I mean-
some Velveeta shells and cheese, but
Hell
Hey,
yeah.
Gene.
Gene.
that's the high class
Gene.
box mac and cheese right there,
The Kraft Deluxe.
We use Velveeta,
right?
But yeah, that was my weekend, and then today I got to watch this movie.
Hell yeah.
Joe.
Oh, let's see. I didn't really do much this weekend, man. Hung out with some friends. Went to the mall so the daughters could hang out for the one daughter's belated birthday. Let's see. I did pick up. Well, one game I already owned, but I picked it up again. But the wife and I rebought Phasmophobia on the Xbox because I forgot they put that shit out on systems. So was playing that a little bit this weekend. On top of it was a horror game filled weekend. It was kind of awesome. On top of that, I also bought, which was on sale. I don't know if it still is, but Outlast Trials. Awesome horror multiplayer game. I was very intrigued on how it would work because I had the first one, and the first one is
Gore meats.
fuck yeah, dude. That's
By the way, hi, Scoob's mom.
Hi,
Oh,
Scoob's
my
mom.
mom's here again. Hi,
Yeah.
mom.
what's up,
Hi,
mama?
Mel
And
here.
Mel.
Hi, mom.
Hello,
Hi, honey.
everybody. The Gordon meets. But no,
Pirates.
Shut up,
Outlast is-
Bobby. Stop.
I
My mother is here.
was gonna say his mom is here.
Oh, yeah. Wait a minute.
But no, so if you ever played the first Outlast, or if you haven't, I should say, it's set up, it's a first-person game. You can't really fight back. It's all about hiding. You have a video camera, so it's very
I do
It
have
looks like
that.
it looks like a found footage game.
I
found
do.
footage game.
I just remember I do have that. I downloaded it. It was one of the PlayStation Plus free games like years ago, and I never played it, but it's still in my library.
First one was great. Like it's a good
I
horror
gotta download
movie.
that.
They did the second one. Never got to try that out. I remember trying the demo. It was pretty solid, but I don't know why I didn't pick it up. But anyways, this one's on sale. Said fuck it, right? Now, most horror multiplayer games, at least in my opinion, aren't scary. Because you're already in a group aspect, right? So it already like kind of fluffs out that level. You're not
That's true.
playing in the dark solo. This one is so disgusting and disturbing. I would say it actually kind of works. It's got some good jump scares in it. And I was getting chased around by a giant 7-foot naked black lady wrapped in barbed wire. Let me just say,
That sounds like my sexual fantasy.
That sounds like a fun Saturday night.
I mean, I'm
You know
sorry,
what?
Mom.
That sounds like something on the
Mom.
hub.
I'd
so
pay extra for
sorry.
that.
Stop watching.
As men, I know we all joke about the line "death by snoo stew" because it'd be hilarious. But that's the one time where I'm like, "Oh God, no, no!" And yeah, dude, scared the fucking shit out of me. That would be what's up, Ron? What's going on?
What up, buddy?
That
Hi,
would
Ron.
be a perfect one to where it's like, man, if somehow you could have everybody playing it and streaming it at the same time so you could watch everybody's reaction to it, that would be a fucking show, bro, because that would be hilarious.
It's the Outlast Trials.
Yeah, Outlast Trials. It was on sale for like $20. I bought the 24 packs or the $24 one so I can get the extra DSD.
Have you seen?
Alright, I'm gonna
I don't know
just
what the
download
game is
that
called,
this
but it's,
week.
it's kind of the same premise of Outlast, where you have to like sneak around and shit, except it actually picks up the sound from your microphone, and it's
Yeah.
multiplayer.
Well, Phasmophobia.
No. But this, you're not like, you don't have tasks like.
Oh,
that.
are you talking about the new? Yeah,
I forget what it's called, but
isn't it the new fucking? Oh my God, Krasinski movie there. The Quiet
it's
Place.
kind of like
Yeah.
that. It's kind of
there's
like
one like
that,
that.
but it's different
Yeah.
monsters. It's not.
Oh, okay.
It's not
'Cause
like
that
that.
does that too, right? Where it's
Yeah.
all like.
But I
obviously-
think that one is just single player. This one's multiplayer, and you can have up to 4 people playing it.
Ah. Oh, Mel did play Outlast.
Yeah,
Nice.
it gave her COVID.
I see that.
Yeah.
That movie, it definitely makes you need to take a shower after you feel dirty. You're just
No,
like,
she really did get COVID. When she was playing it on Twitch,
Oh.
she started getting sick,
God.
and then that's when she found out she fucking had COVID.
fair. All right.
Not funny
but
that she had COVID, but funny that that's a coincidence. And she's
No,
probably
yeah,
saying it
totally
gave her
fucking- it was
Yeah.
really fucking funny.
But no, it was so yeah, solid gaming weekend, obviously. And yesterday didn't do fucking much, just chilled and watched this movie, to which I am ready to talk about right now because we are deep. So that is 2000's American Psycho. This is a Brody pick.
It is.
Scuba, we didn't have you here last week, homie. So you want to do plot rundown?
Yeah, I'll take it. Patrick Bateman is a handsome, well-educated executive who works days on Wall Street. His nights are spent in ways we cannot begin to fathom. A 26-year-old living his own American dream as a serial rapist and killer, preying upon the young and trendy in 1980s Manhattan.
Mm-hmm.
Directed by Mary Herron, I Shot Andy Warhol, The Notorious Betty Page. Written by Mary Herron, Sonnet for a Town Car, The Moth Diaries. Guinevere Turner, Blood Rain, Breaking the Girls. Produced by Edward R. Pressman, Cherry 2000, The Crow. Chris Hanley, Freeway, Spring Breakers. Christian Halsey, Solomon, Monkey Trouble, Legionnaire.
Damn.
Starring Christian Bale, Reign of Fire, The Prestige as Patrick Bateman, Justin Theroux.
Thoreau.
I like Thurox. We're sticking with that.
That sounds like a barbarian. Thurox, the
Thurox.
barbarian.
Right? I'm going to use that in my next create a character generator, bro.
Listen, I'm going to say it right now. This is why I hate a lot of English
That's
language.
French,
That
though.
is an X. It's not Thoreau.
This is French.
Speaking
Oh, oui.
Speak it better.
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice as Timothy Bryce, Josh Lucas, Hulk, the Black Demon as Craig McDermott, Bill Sage, Precious, Wrong Turn as David Van Patten, Chloe Savangi.
right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Yeah, that's fine. Boys Don't Cry. Yes, we do. Sorry. The Dead Don't Die as Jean. Reese Witherspoon, Fear, Cool Intentions as Evelyn Williams. Samantha Mathis, Super Mario Brothers. Broken Arrow as Courtney Rollinson, Matt Ross, PCU Face Off as Lewis Carruthers, Jared Leto. I just pronounced that
No,
wrong.
you got it
didn't
right.
I?
Just keep going.
Oh, he
He's
started
thinking about
laughing.
just
No,
movie
I
did something
PCU.
wrong.
No, I was looking
No.
ahead.
Oh,
Jared Leto. It's Morbin time, aka Morbius, sucked ass. Suicide Squad, I guess not far behind, as Paul Allen, and Willem Dafoe. John Carter, Aquaman as Donald Kimball. Total body count of
are you saying
12.
that he was Detective Kimball?
Detective Don instead of John. Don Kimball.
Detective Kimball. I'm a cop, you idiot.
I'm Detective John Kimball. This man is under arrest.
As soon as he said it, I just started instantly quoting fucking Arnold, dude. And I was like, well, I'm gone for 5 minutes.
Shut up.
I was thinking of the old Arnold prank phone calls. Detective John Kimball.
Dude, those are. I was just what I was thinking
I'm a
too.
cop. I'm going to ask you a few
idiot.
questions. Who is your daddy?
Fucking idiot.
What?
And what does he
Who is
do?
your daddy?
Son of a bitch.
We're playing a wonderful game.
I'll give you
called
pepperoni pizza
Who is
and
your
9 millimeter
daddy? And
bullets.
what does he do?
Dude, it's sad that we could all quote him too, right? Like that says something. That was the internet at a time, bro. That internet is gone. It'll
That was
never
the
be
Wild
back.
West of the
That
internet.
was,
That
dude. That was
was.
like web
It
point
was.
1.0, bro.
Yeah.
Like, straight up. You were
Kid-
literally put in HTTP to put in a fucking
Kids today would not survive.
No.
Fucking A.
Kids
All right.
Survive wouldn't survive in those
I'm-
old school like Yahoo chat rooms even.
Oh God.
Web rings, man.
Yeah.
You don't know where that shit took you, bro. You just fucking went on a journey. Here we go. Hope mom and
What
dad
was
don't
it?
pop up behind me. Jesus.
What was it? The Yahoo,
You're hoping there's not a virus
the
ending up on the
Yahoo
computer
chat
from all
rooms?
this
Jesus
shit.
Christ.
Bro. I was a dick in the AOL once myself.
I was such
Anyways.
a fucking nerd. I was such a fucking nerd on there. I was in like vampire role playing fucking chat room.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Oh my god!
I didn't think I was
let's
in the Dragon
continue
Ball
on.
Z.
Anyway, so
All right, continue
music
on.
by John Cale, Caged Heat, A Burning Hot Summer, cinematography by Andrzej Sekula, Pulp Fiction,
good.
Hackers. Thank you. Edited by Andrew Marcus, Step Up 2, The Streets, Mean Girls. Yeah.
I
Quality
just
work.
love the
street.
subtitle of that or the subtitle, whatever you want to call it.
Step Up 2, The Streets. Effects and Makeup by Michael Cavanaugh, 3 Men and a Baby, Tommy Boy.
Fuck
Three
that.
Men and
movie.
a Baby is a fantastic movie.
It is a
dude. I don't-
fantastic movie,
It
but that movie
Yeah.
gave me so many fucking nightmares.
Dude, that's not even a real ghost. That's all.
I
fake.
know it wasn't, but I was a kid when everybody was saying it was a fucking ghost. So every time that scene would come up, I would shit my pants. And it wasn't until I was like 25 or 26 that I sat down and watched and I go, that's a fucking cardboard cutout.
Oh,
Ron,
Oh,
you are
what's up there,
correct.
Tim?
Ron. You
Oh,
are
shit, we
damn
got-
right.
Tim
Hey,
Keegan's in the
what's
house.
up, homie? How you
Tim,
doing?
what up?
oh.
So distributed by
Hello.
Lionsgate Films, runtime of 102 minutes, rated R, budget of 7 mil, gross 34 mil. It was successful. So let's talk.
What's this?
That's a good one, Ron.
Little stairs.
You just hear a fat man go.
That's all it is. It's just a fucking documentary of a fat guy going upstairs.
My God. How did you do
The
it?
movie ends
One
with
step
cardiac
at a
arrest.
time.
Oh my god! All right, let's fucking discuss this.
Let's
movie.
talk about this movie. Yeah.
All
All
right.
right.
So I want to hear from you and Chad Daddy since it is your first, and I don't mean to
Yes.
take over, but since it
No,
was your
no, yeah.
first watch, it was both of you's first watch. I want to hear what you have to say coming from somebody who has never. Now, I know you've probably seen
Yeah, you see
it through pop
We've
culture.
seen
and
memes,
stuff.
things like
Yeah.
that.
So
uh-huh.
let's hear
Yeah.
it, boys.
Go ahead, Chad. You.
So,
sure.
as I was the first one to watch this over the weekend, and
Mhm.
I said to you guys, this movie is fucking stupid. I
Yeah.
am sorry. I did not like any of this movie. I didn't care about any one single character in this movie. I don't know what the hell was going on. Like, it seems like by the time you get to the end of the movie, I am firmly convinced none of it happened. Everything in his head. He didn't kill anyone. I even think that he didn't break up with Reese Witherspoon in the restaurant. I think she dumped him because when it comes down to it, at the end, when he's talking to his fucking lawyer friend and he's saying he's confessing everything I did it, and he's like, Patrick Bateman, that guy's a pussy.
Yep.
Like, that guy's a spineless coward. And I think that this is all just his way of coping with the fact that he is spineless and he's a pushover. I think that what we see happening on screen is just a persona that's inside his head, and he is actually a complete 180 of that.
Okay. So
I don't think he's a big success. I don't think he's respected at all by any of his peers. I think he is more like the guy that he hated. The one that he tried to choke in the
Jared
bathroom and
Leto?
came onto him.
Oh,
No.
oh,
the other
gay
guy.
Oh,
The
yeah.
gay guy. I have a feeling that
Yeah.
that's the one I think is. Let's hear Paul Allen's opinion.
That's right.
Then
Oh
there's
my
so many
God.
there's so many other
Where's
clues
Paul
that tell you that this is not real, because at the end when he goes to Paul Allen's apartment, it's completely empty. Like nobody's lived there for a long time.
Yeah.
Everything's got a fresh coat of paint. So in reality, I think he actually did leave and move to London because, as it turns out, like he set up, they went to London, and then he says he killed the guy, and the lawyer's like, that's not possible. I just had dinner with him twice in London 10 days ago.
So I am pretty much going to agree with Chad Daddy because that's kind of how I felt. Now I agree. I can understand discussing this with my wife. It can be construed a few different ways, right? Like I can see the complete opposite. He did it. Maybe shit got covered up. Daddy did own the company. Blah blah blah. He still wanted to be a high baller, but he just wasn't, and so he compensated by doing these kills. But ultimately, how I feel is like Chad Daddy. I feel like this shit's all in his head. Because even from the first get-go of his first like outburst, right, to the bartender,
Yeah.
You could construe that as either it was in his head or she just straight up ignored him. To me, it was in his head, right?
Well,
It's what he wanted to say.
You see later on in the movie, and later on when they're at the nightclub, there's another scene where he's talking to those models or whatever, and she says, "Oh, what are you into?" And he says,
Murder and
"Murder and execution."
Yeah,
Yeah.
And she heard,
Yeah.
what is it, mergers and acquisitions, which is what he actually does.
correct. And I agree with Chad. I'm in the same boat. I just feel like, and I'm not trying to like bite your steez or anything. It's just it just seems like he has come up with this version of himself in his head that is better than what he actually is. Like you pointed out earlier, the lawyer said how much of a fucking like pussy he is. Nobody even really knows who this dude is.
Everybody keeps getting his name wrong.
They thought he was at that party. Paul
Yeah.
Allen called him like 4 different fucking names in this whole movie, and he never corrected it once.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And they all have the same haircut, the same glasses style. I mean, come on. The fact that they're all getting a boner over a fucking like
Business
car,
card.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That scene was hilarious. It's like in this movie, it's weird because it's set as a horror comedy, right? And it's not comedy in like the ha
Yeah.
kind of
No,
sense. It's just
dark
more of like,
comedy.
yeah, it's just more of like this
It's
shit's
like-
so
yeah.
fucking stupid. It's funny. Like it's just or it's just some of the mannerisms, things just dumb shit like
This is
that.
the same type of comedy in like Being John Malkovich.
Yeah, where it's like like I said, it's not we're not Tucker and Dale like straight up in
Right.
the face slapstick comedy.
No.
Where I guess if you're not really paying attention, you won't think it's funny, but half of the time he's doing shit just the way he acts. Dude, like I was laughing my ass off during his whole fucking monologue of his skincare routine. I'm like, what the fuck is this bullshit, dude?
Oh,
Dude,
that was
I
great.
laughed my ass off when he moonwalked with the fucking axe going in to kill fucking Jared Leto.
Now, I will say, thanks to this movie, we got that scene recreated with Weird Al and
Huey Lewis.
Huey
Yeah,
Lewis
Huey
himself,
yeah.
Yeah.
which is almost even better than the said original scene. I actually think we got a little bit more straight up gore in that one than we did. The
They
original
did it
scene.
they did it in Family Guy too, didn't they?
Yeah, they've done it in a lot of
Yes, they
different
did.
shit. But the fact
I know-
that
Yeah.
I just like the fact that it was just Huey Lewis be like, "Stop parroting my son." Ooh, Ron's got a big one here. Hold on.
Also, I don't know about the rest of you, but has anybody here wanted to go to Dorsey yet
No,
after this?
no.
I am not one.
No.
I like watching cooking shows and shit like that, but I don't think I would ever go to a high-end dining establishment because I don't have that kind of palate.
No.
And to me, it would be a waste of fucking money because half of the time I'm gonna be like, ew, I'm not eating that shit, dude.
Yeah, rich people eat the shit that we throw away.
Yeah, man. I'm not like
That's true. That's
I don't
true.
know. Because like I had friends that were interested in one. So I looked at a tasting at a really nice restaurant and shit like that. Bro, $400 for a tasting for like 8 small little. And I'm like, yeah, but what if I don't fucking like any of it, dude? Like now I just wipe my ass with that fucking no. Like, fuck no, dude. I could never. I could never. And I understand it's experience and all this other shit, but not for these assholes in this movie, right? They do this on the fucking daily.
I could not imagine
this
a
is like for
$400
every
taste.
year.
Yeah, that might be an experience. You know, so also would be an experience for $400 buying a fucking Xbox.
Yeah.
A lot of shit.
Yeah.
A lot of shit.
Well,
New
unless you want to get it for
car.
40, but you know.
Exactly, Ron. For $400, you can taste this dick. Like, let's see. Ron said, I always felt the killings were psychosis induced delusions of grandiose murder to compensate for the lack of self-worth and failure to obtain goals, where the only things that went the way he wanted were the murders he conjured. Yeah, I mean, I feel like because for it to happen, and I'm not saying like, mafia shit can't clean shit up and everything fast, but that whole apartment was completely changed over, like Chad Daddy said. You know what I mean? Like,
He hadn't been there for a
completely
long time.
Yeah, and we're supposed to take that as a one-night thing. Not to mention, what about when he shot the guard and then he literally relived through that moment again where he didn't shoot the guard? You know what I mean?
I
So
thought that was supposed to be different
Yeah.
people. And I'm like, wait, was that the same guard?
I mean, he even looked at the gun like we looked at the scene when he blew up the fucking cop cars when he shot it with 3 bullets, and he's like, "What?" Like,
Also, look at going back when he went to what's his face's apartment later, Paul Allen's apartment, and even that the freaking realtor was treating him like shit and walking all over him, and he's just like, okay.
but I was wondering if she was trying to catch him in a trap because she did ask if she saw it in the ad, and then she was like, "Oh, it's not an ad." So I was kind of wondering where it was,
Which I
going
thought
with
was really
that.
weird there. Yeah.
Or it was all covered up.
It could have been. I guess it all depends on how you want to take it.
So, and I like I said, I've seen this movie so many times, and like I told you boys, after watching it, I still have no idea what the fuck is going on. 25 years fucking later, I
neither.
still don't know. All I have, and I've never read the book, but all I have are what I've built up in my mind. So
Okay.
one route that I go is yes, he thought it all up. None of it fucking really happened. It's all him sitting at his desk. What we don't see is when this shit is occurring, he's sitting at his desk doodling in his planner. And what we're seeing is his daydream.
Which we see later on.
What we're seeing is his daydream of what he's drawing on his planner. Because when she goes through the planner, we see all of the murders that took
Drawn
place.
out. Yeah.
So one way it could be is he's sitting at his desk. He's just been sitting there drawing, and that's
He's
what
just
we
drawing
don't see.
titties in his notebook.
He's just
dude.
drawing his titties. He doesn't get laid. He doesn't, maybe Reese broke up with him a long time before, and maybe he was engaged with her, and of course, like he said, she's been cheating on
So-
him. Whatever.
Oh yeah, he got cocked.
Do we want to take that he was still banging that one chick?
I don't think so.
I don't think he banged anybody. I don't think
But
he
wait.
had.
Okay, so but
Maybe
she
the
was supposed
hookers.
to. She was supposed to be married to the gay guy, though, right?
Marrying him, she was engaged to him.
Oh, they were engaged.
Yeah, they were engaged.
Yes.
See, I don't know. I mean, maybe not.
So
I don't-
maybe he did hook up with her.
I don't
Maybe
know.
he
That's what I'm
did
thinking. Like
hook
he
up
could
with
hook
her.
up with her because it almost seemed like that dude was kind of like almost throwing her at him at that point. Even
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Because like before the scene in the bathroom, there was a scene where like they were at the table and he was saying something. And it was like, "Oh, thanks for taking care of my wife." Blah blah blah. And then he started like feeling him up a little bit. It's like, what the fuck? So
See, I always went with some of it happened and a lot of it didn't. The some being like when he killed the first hobo. I'm like, I could see that.
I don't think that
being
even happened.
real.
I think he
The
just
rest of it
he
is-
might have witnessed somebody else stabbing him,
Well,
or he could have
he-
just come across to stab.
But he
stab
did
Bob.
kill somebody. He had to have killed at least one person. Let me tell you why.
And here's why I think it's
And even
Go
if
ahead.
it wasn't the hobo in the alleyway, he had to have killed one person because he took those blood-stained sheets into the dry cleaners to get it clean.
Yeah,
Well,
but
it
who
could
do
have
you
been
know? How do you,
cranberry
it could have
sauce.
been actually. That's not cranberry sauce.
It's cranberry sauce.
It's cran applesauce.
But here's where I think it's the hobo, because it's someone who's weaker than him. So for him, it gives him that little bit of, I did it. It made him feel that power for a minute, which could then send him into the
suppose
psychosis.
that could be.
That would make the most sense if you're going to say this happened, but maybe.
But here's the thing too. When he kills that first security guard after he's already blown up the cop cars, he's trying to get away from everybody. It kind of reminds me of what they did in Joker, where in Joker 2, really, where you don't really know what the fuck's going on. And so did he really kill that security guard? But the security guard recognized him as Mr. Smith. So
Yes.
what has he been doing? Does he even exist? Or is he just so non-special that people just think he's somebody else? Like he just fits in wherever, and people think that he's these different people, and he doesn't correct them, like you said, because he's a pussy. He doesn't say. But how would that security guard have known him when it was a completely different building that he went into? Because
that was his building.
He's not going into the same building. It's a different building.
It was the same building. The dude just didn't come up. He went to the elevator and went up to his office. That's where he did the call to the lawyer.
I thought it was a different building.
No, it was the same building, dude. It just like double taked. It just didn't have that second guy that he just randomly shot that came out of the fucking elevator.
A fucking janitor.
That dude was literally leaving for the end. He was the guy that got it the worst if he actually got killed.
He was the cop that was 1 day away from retirement.
Yeah, that dude was literally taking his bucket and mop to his closet, and he was checking out and going the fuck home.
So the way I see this working for him, in a sense, it's kind of like Fight Club, where you have Tyler Durden, and then you have what the fuck's Edward Norton's character. You know what I mean? So it's kind of that similar, but he's not really doing the murders. But we don't know if who is he though? Is he Patrick Bateman, or is he this other person? Because how would the lawyer not recognize him?
So Patrick Bateman may just be this alternate persona that he made, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Right, so Patrick Bateman is the Batman to his Bruce Wayne. But,
or the Tyler Durden.
Yeah.
But he said himself that I would say that, that is a mask, but he still isn't anything underneath, right? Like that was the whole thing of like him peeling off the mask was to reveal another mask. Like it wasn't
essentially.
Yeah. So, and that's why I think he called him Mr. Smith, because it's just one of those things where it's like he literally just blends into the crowd and looks like everybody else. Dude, I got confused in the scene where he's looking at Paul Allen. I'm like, are they supposed to look exactly the same?
They had the similar hair. You're like,
dude, same glasses, same haircut, same bullshit fake tan. But I don't know, man. I mean,
had a tanning bed at home.
Yes, he did.
That's right.
He did.
You should look into it.
His apartment wasn't that nice, as Patrick would say.
And and I feel how you said, Chad Daddy, how you said you didn't give a fuck about any of the characters. I think the movie did its job in that aspect, because you're not supposed to like these guys.
I mean, I did like. I was happy that he didn't kill his secretary. So I guess
I was happy there too.
But I think that right there is when we see the real Patrick Bateman. I think she was going to be his first kill, but he chickened out at the last minute and did not go through with it.
See, I took it as he actually saw her as more human than he saw any of the other people. And that's why he didn't do it.
That would actually, makes a lot of sense.
He actually connected to her where everybody else, like the hobo, you know what I mean? He's like, oh, you smell like shit. Just all this other crap. He's
everybody
picking
else
up prostitutes. He's picking up prostitutes and like doing fucked up shit with them because he feels that they're beneath him.
Okay, take a look at what Ron said over here in the chat. It's pretty interesting.
Okay, hold on. I will pop that up so everybody can read that. All right, the DSM-5 states that low self-esteem has been implicated in both the development of delusions and the maintenance of psychotic symptoms, which could directly explain in part or most part of how Patrick acts or reacts to his environment. All right. Thank you for that, sir.
Bringing in the real world knowledge, Ron.
Fucking right, dude. I mean, this is where this movie I'll give it credit because it's a good discussion piece because you can take it one way or the other, or I mean, it really all depends on how you want to read it. Gene said earlier to read the book. It's not going to happen with me, brother, but I appreciate the try.
Yeah, and
maybe I would listen to the audiobook. I might do that.
A lot more in depth, and it does explain a lot better of what's actually going on. And it's hard, man. It's hard to translate on screen what you read in a book, you know. And so, but for all intents and purposes, I actually enjoy this movie, and mainly because I still don't know what the fuck's going on, and I don't think I will ever know what the fuck's going on unless the director sits there and fucking explains it to us exactly what the fuck's going on, and if he really did the murders or if he didn't do it. Was there a cover up in the apartment, and the realtor knew? Maybe she was hired by somebody to, and there's this whole different seedy shit going on that we don't know about.
So yeah, that's a bit of a stretch to me.
It is. It's a huge fucking stretch, but it's also a fucking movie. So anything is fucking possible within these movie realms. So it could be possible that there was a cleanup crew sent, and for whatever reason, maybe he does have power and he knows people, and somebody knew what the fuck he was doing and sent a cleanup crew.
This is the way I feel like you could get away with that answer easier is if Paul Allen's apartment was in the same building that that Bateman's father owned. Yeah. If you had all that under the same umbrella, I could be like, okay. But the problem is we only really discuss his father and his power within a line or two. It's not a character we actually meet or anything.
Yeah.
So I don't want to try to give so much power to that character that we never really see. And that's why I still feel like it's just kind of all up in his fucking head.
No. And more than likely it is all up in his head, and everything we just saw, like we said, it's a psychosis. He's not really doing these things that he thinks he's doing. Banging the hookers, maybe torturing them a little bit. Maybe.
What did he do?
I don't know.
What did he do?
Those scratches on her back were deep.
All I'm saying is, listen.
He had a coat hanger.
Right. Anytime I think coat hanger, I'm like, no, man, we're not doing abortions right now. What are we doing here?
I'm still we're on the same page.
Funny how that's your mind immediately goes to that. Well, everybody's.
I'm over here like Chop Top.
Maybe
nope, I'm thinking abortion.
No, that was my first thought. Was just instantly like, all right, ladies. Yeah, it's like, no, back alley. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Hey man, I don't fucking know, bro. It's the 80s.
That's true. Oh my god.
I will say this movie did influence me to do the whole a couple times.
You're getting spied on.
That
was perfect. That was just like
perfect timing.
Yeah.
I do it.
What's up, Mel?
Hi, Mel.
He said, "Is it a wicked hard read?" Well, see, that's gonna I can't pay attention to a book to save my life.
Honestly, that's why I like this movie, because like Scoobs, I'm like, I will, and I probably will never have it figured out, but I also love just how fucking Christian Bale's performance in this. I fucking loved him, how outrageous he was, whether it was in his head or not.
You know, the scene where he kills Paul Allen. I love that fucking scene. It's so fucking stupid. It's
so eccentric, but it's
dancing to fucking
hilarious.
It's Huey Lewis in the fucking news.
Hey, I danced to Huey Lewis. What's up?
No. I know, but I'm saying
it's just the way he does it.
The way that he's moving, you know what I mean? And it's just so ridiculous. And then, hey, Paul, boom, and then
you know something? It's also
splatter and shit.
It's the information that he is just spitting out as he's doing all of this. I'm like, where would you get that? How do you get
what were they giving? What albums were the girls giving him shit for? Was it Tony Braxton?
No. It was Whitney Houston.
Whitney Houston, sorry. Yeah.
The greatest love of all.
I don't know, man. Like, not a cinephile because that's movie, but what do you call him?
Audiophile.
Audiophile? Okay, so he's an audiophile. That's fine, man. Listen, dude, he likes his deep knowledge on his tracks, and that's fine, dude. I can respect that.
I like how later he's looking at the copy.
But his deep knowledge
I don't really like
shitty music.
Hey man, I like Huey Lewis.
I like Huey Lewis too.
Huey Lewis is great. Come on.
In
Come on.
Genesis,
Huey Lewis,
I like
Genesis.
Genesis though, man. Genesis is all right.
Genesis is decent.
Genesis is hit or miss to me.
I like Genesis.
I like
That's fair,
Whitney
that's fair.
Houston. I like Whitney Houston.
Sometimes it's all right. Yeah, she can bring it sometimes. That's
I
when
got
just
you
lifting
on next
weights,
time.
too. Every day.
I'll make sure to do the Thundercats.
Thundercats. Who?
I might get slapped if I call her a hoe, though. I don't know. We'll see.
No, I mean, all in all, dude, this movie, all the acting was solid, right? Like everybody brought it. It was super competently shot. Like I don't even. It was nice. You know what I mean? It felt like 80s New York. It felt like late. Like to me, I would say like 88. I don't know why. That's just what.
Okay, I will give you the fact that it felt like 80s, but nothing about it felt like New York to me. It could have just been any city.
That's
Well,
fair.
I mean,
And maybe that's what it meant to be. Maybe it was meant to be just any city, New York.
But it was specifically supposed to be New York.
Was it?
But I
Okay,
feel-
guess
it
it
was.
I feel like it's a part of New York that
It's business
You don't-
district.
a business district. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I don't know anything about the fucking business.
See, maybe
district. I
that's
don't know how
I've
these
been there.
motherfuckers
Maybe
live
that's
their
why.
life.
That's why it kind of feels like it.
I mean, I've
No,
been there.
no,
But
and
I've
I mean,
never
I've been there.
been
When
there.
I went to New York, I was there. But what I mean is, I don't know how they live their lives. All I know is what I've
Yeah.
seen, like on Wolf of Wall Street, or even the one episode
Fun
of
movie.
fucking Rick and Morty that mimics fucking American Psycho. But I don't really know anything about what people who do mergers and acquisitions live their life like. So are they cunty like this? I'm pretty sure they are. I'm pretty sure they
I
make a
would
lot of
think. You're
fucking money and they're
probably
very
not
fucking
wrong.
cunty.
Somebody said, and I was reading it somewhere today, and I can't verify it, but apparently on all their business cards, acquisitions is spelled incorrectly.
Incorrectly, yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Really?
Yep.
That's fucking
Oh, shit.
hilarious. So that makes it even funnier because these assholes are so like, ooh, look at me, but they can't even take the time to spell their own fucking job correctly on it. Like,
I love the fact that their business cards that are each one's supposed to be better than the other, and they all look exactly the same.
they're exactly the same. Oh my god, I love the
Different
inner
fonts.
monologue for
Different
the.
fonts,
It's
different
printed on
paper.
it's printed on egg white paper. Oh my god.
I've seen that scene
embossed
dissected
right
into like memes and shit. So like there was one where they were just like showing each other different cats one time, and they're like, "Oh my god, what the fuck?"
You know what? I will give it to Lewis. His card was the best looking one with that little gold tint to the font.
Yes, he had the gold.
No, see, to me, it reminded me too much of his ginger hair, and I was just like, "Yeah, no, get the fuck out of here."
That scene needs to be recreated. Or donuts. Here's a glazed donut with.
But we're
chocolate
missing one of the best scenes from the fucking movie. Well, kind of ties into it. So he's watching Texas Chainsaw.
Mhm.
Fucking
Oh,
right.
yeah.
And then we get a fucking scene of him running butt ass fucking naked with nothing but white sneakers on.
How
Chain
is
of
that
chainsaw.
not? How is that not a Nike commercial at this point, dude? He's literally rocking
Yeah, New
Nikes.
Balance.
It should
It should be a
just
New
have it.
Balance commercial.
No, I wanted Nikes. So when he does it and he runs by, it just says, "Just do it." After just for the fuck of it.
Just do it.
God
I don't
damn.
know.
And then you see the chainsaw on her.
I almost think that scene. I know a lot of people like the Huey Lewis scene, dude, and that is like probably the quintessential one that everybody thinks about. But I almost think it's the chainsaw scene for me more than anything, dude. Because like
I do love that scene.
I was just balls to the wall, and I'm like, could you imagine somebody running through your apartment building with a chainsaw? How fucking loud that would be, dude.
just
And
fucking and then you
nobody-
open your door.
Nobody.
Yeah,
No.
nobody's coming out like
Nobody.
grandma from Ghostbusters, who's like, she's definitely fucking peeping the fuck out. You know that shit.
Yeah.
You open the door and somebody just hanging dong, and you're like, yeah, I'm closing my door.
Hanging
But-
dong in sneakers, bro. That's like that's a
But
move. That's a fucking
also-
power move, dude.
Are we also not going to talk about how he just is in his apartment trying to get a table at Dorsia with porn going in the background? He's just talking to this girl also.
Oh yeah.
Like,
But I
He's
think
a
that
single
shows-
dude, whatever.
You know what? I think that shows that he wasn't this ladies' man that he thought he was. And so he was getting these hookers. And since he doesn't really have somebody that he has sex with all the time and trying to imitate what he would see on screen.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like I think
He's
he
going like
actually
this.
did fuck up. Like, obviously this entire movie wasn't in his head, but all the kill scenes and everything I think were. But I still did think he messed around with those prostitutes because I still think that prostitute was legit. Like, she's like, I had to go to the emergency room last time.
Yeah, but did he kill her though?
I'm gonna
with
go
the
with
chainsaw.
That's
No, but I think
that's-
I think they were probably fucking, and I think she just walked out, and that's when he snapped under the thing. He just went into his own head. But we never really find out whatever happens to that other girl. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
essentially,
it's
they
like,
all are
it's like he was
dead,
eating
but-
her or something.
Yeah, it's like he bit her, but I don't know if it, like he bit out her neck or something.
Oh my
like
God,
that.
can I- Now that you say the bite, I love the fuck when she's in the bathroom and she slips and falls in the bathroom and he grabs her leg and just fucking
Just- ah, yeah, man, that's a straight up cannibal shit right there, dude. He's about to get on that shit. That being said, I think we should pull in the Saucy Aussie and hear what he has to say. We haven't got to see him tonight, but maybe he might be
must be
deep
working.
out in. Yeah, I was gonna say he must be deep in somewhere where he's not getting service or some shit.
He's in the bush with crocodile.
I wonder what her name is.
Ba-dum-bum. Fucking A, dude. Let's see, Bertha. No, we're not gonna do this.
Hey, you
right.
never know.
Let's see. And this was Brody's pick, so I
Jeez.
feel like Brody's probably gonna be way up there with score.
What if Brody's intro has him fucking running butt ass naked with a chainsaw?
It's that or it's
please.
gonna be him
Oh.
like this.
like Brody knit?
Yes.
Oh, that would be great.
Well, that's gonna go down for the episode of the year then. It's only the second one.
Yeah, no question about it.
I don't know what to say else about that. All right, let's go.
Starring the Kangabanger from the land down under. Snip, fucking snip, cunt. Howdy folks, it's your Kangabanger back for another episode of Gore, and this week I'm here to talk to you about American Psycho. So essentially American Psycho for me, it's one of them films that I can just keep watching over and over again and finding something new and different with it each time. Probably mainly so for the characters and the way that the director was able to direct them in different variations of how their character would portray themselves in certain scenes, which I'll talk about in a minute. Also throughout the visual storytelling in that sense as well of what's happening at locations, their surroundings, whatever it may be, just how the story plays out in general is it's really intriguing how it's like this, warped reality of what is and isn't real. So I really appreciate about this film what they're able to do with that, because I still have questions even to this day. I mean, I have looked into it so hard to see what the ending of this film is, and essentially at the end of the day, it's, I guess, whatever each person sort of conjures up in their own little weird, unique way, I guess. And like I was saying about the character portrayals in this film, I think are absolutely flawless. We have an all-star cast in here with obviously Christian Bale just leading the way, absolutely killing it every time he graces the screen with his presence. But I just want to note with William Dafoe's character, there's a fantastic scene where they meet for the first time in Patrick's office, and to what I was saying earlier about the storytelling throughout the characters and the way the director was able to direct them. I'm pretty sure Chad would have this in his notes, so I'll just say it now anyway, but it's like they filmed Willem Dafoe like 3 different takes, one of him being intrigued with Patrick, maybe one that he sort of knew that Patrick was the guy who killed Paul Allen, or 3, like he was confused. There was all these different variations of his character, so to see that play out, create this fear and paranoia for Patrick, and we go on this downward spiral of emotional, like just decline of mental health with this main character, and to see how all this shit sort of plays out in his head, I think that sets up a really fucking fantastic way of what this film represents and is all about, just inside the mind of like a psychotic fucking human being as we go on this journey with them. Also, another thing I really love about this fucking movie is the soundtrack. You have awesome 80s music laced out through this film to help as a motive for the character, Christian Bale's character, just sort of it moving forward. I like how they linger more so on the music, and his character really talks about, these bands that he's very infatuated with. And at times I can kind of see a little bit of myself in there, loving music so much. So you kind of have that connection with the character, and you can see why he goes on these tangents. But they're just tangents at awkward times, introducing that dark humor also. So it's kind of awkward and weird, but you're like, I kind of get this guy. It's very weird. That's just for me personally, not the killing shit. yeah, no, that's not me. But the music side of things, great, fan-fucking-tastic. I love how the director was able to put us in the shoes of Patrick Bateman and make us feel like him at times. Essentially, like, even when I go back and watch it after tonight, having watched it, I was like, fuck, like, I'm starting to feel like Patrick Bateman. I feel really connected with him in the sense of, like, did he actually do these fucking crimes, or was it all in his head? So I thought the director did that extremely well. And the way that she's able to feed us these crumbs and clues of elements of off-screen deaths throughout this movie, like the head in the fridge for a prime example. You sort of see for a split second, but is that through his perspective and it's all in his head, or was the head actually there? And then you start to sort of conjure up all these different theories and your imagination starts to work, and it just, for me personally, just keeps me entertained from start to finish. Another thing that this movie does extremely well is that it feels like it's been shot on location, the way the camera is actually able to capture the aesthetic, the exterior and interior of these old buildings throughout New York. It feels like at times like a picture that you could frame or put on the wall as a feature. Like, it's visually beautiful, some scenes, the way they're shot. It feels like there was very minimal set design, so yeah, it adds even more to that realistic element of what this film's about. I like what they're able to do with the gore in this movie and make it mysterious at times, just adding that creep factor element about it, like not going too far over the top as well, keeping it sort of more so grounded to the realism element of the violence. If they had added way too much violence to this movie, or too much gore, whatever it might have been, it would have took me out of the film and I wouldn't appreciate it as much as I did. I forgot to film the ending to my review, but here I am. Just want to quickly say, the dark humour in this film is fan-fucking-tastic. To see these huge egos clashing over the dumbest shit, like who has a better card. That's a fucking fun scene. It's always great to see these douches do their thing. And also, I'll just quickly say that I know it's my pick this week, and you might think I'm biased for saying this. I am going to give this film a 5 out of 5. I don't see any flaws in it. It's one of them rare films that I can just put on from start to finish and be visually engaged, not looking at my phone. I'm just in it for the ride. And yeah, so this is your Kangabanga signing out. I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say about the film, and I'll catch you motherfuckers next week. So cheers, gentlemen.
Thank you, Brody.
Brody, thank you very much.
Brody, don't hate me, but I was the exact opposite, and I was on my phone way too much while watching this movie. My wife actually was yelling at me. She's like, "Get off your phone." I'm like, I don't care.
Dude, when we were done with this, Steph looked at me and she's like, you know what? I wish I would have read instead of watched that.
I mean, listen, I'm not going to say I didn't appreciate watching it because I've never seen it. And it's always one where it's just always, the hype, right? I've fucking heard about this for 20 goddamn 5 years. And it's like, all right. So it seems right to watch it now. And
I'm disappointed because I was actually pretty excited to watch this.
I kind of felt exactly how I already had an idea of how I was going to feel about this movie anyways, but just from seeing a couple different scenes. But like I said, man, it still doesn't mean that I hate it. It's just not my bag, right?
Yeah, same. Well, I don't.
It's a solid movie, dude. Like, I'm not going to say it's not all around. Like, if I was actually critiquing this as a movie versus just entertainment factor, yeah, man, it's completely solid. But yeah, we'll get there when we get there. Is there anything else you guys want to discuss? If not, I'm gonna give it to Chad Daddy.
No, I think we're good.
I
You
want to
guys
hear
good?
the behind the scenes.
Do it up, Chad.
Obviously, the movie is based on the 1991 novel of the same title, American Psycho, by Bret Easton Ellis. The novel was published on March of 1991. Okay, so looking for a way to create the character of Patrick Bateman, Christian Bale stumbled onto a Tom Cruise appearance on The Late Show with David Letterman. According to co-writer and director Mary Herron, Bale saw in Cruise this very intense friendliness with nothing behind the eyes, and Bale subsequently based the character of Bateman on that. Interestingly, Tom Cruise is actually featured in the novel. He lives in the same apartment complex as Bateman, who meets him in an elevator and gets the name of Cocktail wrong, calling it Bartender.
We needed that scene.
Damn, I kind of wish they had that scene, dude. That'd be hilarious.
It would have been interesting.
And you know what? It totally is Tom Cruise. That's how he feels, like non-acting. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean,
feels very robotic.
Yeah.
it was never a fan of him
The
in end.
single biggest cost on the film was purchasing the rights to the various songs used throughout.
That makes
Yeah,
sense,
that
dude.
makes
Because
sense.
really, if you
For
think about
sure.
their shot locations, like you could just set up nice apartments, and you know what I mean. There's nothing like. What's the most overly? The biggest things are the clubs, and even the clubs aren't like lavish clubs. You know what I mean? They're like
Mm-mm.
fucking hidden
No,
nightclubs.
they were fairly simple.
And look at the restaurants they're in. The restaurants were all kind of cramped.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially that first one I think they were in, man. That shit was tight. That was like some old mom and pop Italian joint. Like they
Yeah.
were giving you a chicken parm that was like 3 times the size of your face. And it was awesome.
Oh,
But
Best chicken parm you've
Zach-
ever had.
it's asshole
I
elbow
want
in
it.
there, so,
I
right?
want it.
During production, Christian Bale followed the same morning routine that his character Patrick Bateman describes towards the beginning of the film.
Holy shit.
Including the 1,000 sit-ups or crunches.
I doubt. I don't know. Well, maybe. I know he is pretty.
He was pretty fucking svelte with that dude. So
I wouldn't doubt that.
He
and he
might.
was, what, 25 at the time of filming this?
I know later on in my notes there's something about how much he worked out and had a trainer on set and everything, but it doesn't mention the 1,000 ab crunches.
So maybe it's just like the ice pack and all the like.
I think it's the
motions and
beauty
shit.
routine. Yeah.
Shit, I'm gonna start doing that fucking beauty routine. I'm gonna wake up in the morning, put ice pack on my eyes.
Oh, Steve, you're gonna look gorgeous.
I already,
You already do.
Daddy, but I'm gonna look even more gorgeous.
Oh, there you go.
Bro, all I
You're
thought of
blind.
was just like, how much fucking time does this dude take to get ready just before? Like, how much time is this dude waking up before he's got to go to work to do all
Right.
this shit, dude?
I'm like, I don't have time
3
to do something like
hours.
that. I get up like 20
1,000
minutes before I
crunches,
leave.
man. Even at like the most like in shape, how long?
Yeah, I'm
I
not doing
feel
the
like that's-
crunches. I'm just
I
doing the
feel like
skincare.
that still like would take you a decent amount of time to get
That
them
skincare
fixed
still
up.
got to take at least a good solid hour.
A minimum. That's a minimum of an hour.
Yeah.
And you got to go the full morning routine, so that means you got to go back to tidy whities.
Ew.
True.
That
Yeah.
No.
bugged me. That bugged me so
No.
fucking bad. And then when he's doing those fucking stretches, I'm like, no, I don't need to see your package.
But that was a very
Hey,
You'll find me run. You'll find me running around a hotel naked with a
Hey.
chainsaw in my hand faster than that.
yes, you do, Steve. Because it was that shot was for the ladies.
It was.
We had a lady director, man. That was for the
Yeah.
ladies, dude. Like, and that's why you also see a lot of Christian.
There was a
Bale.
lot of man ass in this movie.
There
A lot
was
of
a lot.
man ass.
Whatever, dude. It
Hey,
shows-
but hey, more power to
Oh.
him. He was chiseled as fuck. So
I don't think
Here's the-
I've seen that proportion of male ass to women nudity since probably Orgasmo.
yeah, probably. Oh my God, you said that. So
it is.
sorry,
Central.
this is gonna be really quick, but going back to what I was talking about at the beginning of the episode with Outlast Trials, when that big old fucking lady came out, that's exactly the voice that I put to her. Was T-Rex. It's like, I'm ready, who wants to fuck?
I'm ready to fuck.
It's like, no, no. Yeah, then you just run away. Anyways,
Continuing. During the
Jesus
shooting
Christ.
of the film, Christian Bale spoke in an American accent offset at all times. At the wrap party, when he began to speak in his native British accent, many of the crew thought he was speaking that way as an accent for another film. They thought he was an American throughout the entire shoot.
the
Wow.
dude does it really well.
That's pretty
'Cause
good.
I always kind of
He
forget
does.
that he is as well. I'm not even gonna lie. That's just me being stupid, though. I'm an
Yeah.
idiot,
Same.
so I'll fully admit to that. But that just means that dude can fucking act, bro. Like,
Mhm.
So Christian Bale insisted on getting Bret Easton Ellis's approval for his portrayal before filming and arranged a meeting. Bale showed up to the meeting dressed and groomed as Bateman, even introducing himself as Patrick Bateman. After 10 minutes, Easton Ellis begged Bale to stop because his hands were shaking and he could not take it anymore. Easton Ellis has said this was the single creepiest moment of his life.
That's fucking awesome.
what did he do? I want to know what he did.
Talk about
I don't know
nailing
what
it.
he
He probably
said.
just talked like he was Patrick Bateman and just carried the conversation like that's really fucking awesome.
Bateman.
Like
Yeah.
that's fucking cool.
I dig it.
I want to see that.
Chad, you
video.
probably got the list of like who they actually wanted to be besides him for this, I imagine, correct?
Somewhere down here, I think I do, yeah.
Word. Because I know they had some really big names, but This-
DiCaprio was one of them.
he like what I was gonna say
Who?
is like
DiCaprio.
DiCaprio.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
But DiCaprio wanted too much money.
I thought it was. I thought they were already going to willing to offer it, but it was something else.
I don't
Maybe
see this.
DiCaprio doing as good a job as Christian
I don't
Bale
think-
did, though.
No, he wouldn't have made it work. No.
Well, because I
You
mean,
would
I
have
don't
had
know.
to
They
How
also
call
wanted-
everybody.
They
He
also
wouldn't
wanted to do
have-
Brad Pitt, if I'm not mistaken, too, at one point. Because this shit movies rights.
Yeah.
Maybe you already said this. I apologize if you did or didn't. The movie rights, dude, like we're already set as of like 92. So it took 8 years for this movie to get made. It went through a lot of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think the novel came
Yep.
out in 91.
So yeah, there was a few big fucking names, but Bale wanted it the hardest. So I'm glad he got it. Because he definitely, dude, he made that role, right? Like 100%.
So
Yeah.
Christian Bale was warned by many that it would be career suicide for him to play the lead in a film like this. This
Interesting.
only made him more eager to take the part, inspired by Nicolas Cage in Vampire's Kiss. Fortunately for him, the opposite turned out to be true. Bale's role in the movie was considered a breakthrough performance and enabled him to shift his career from supporting roles to leading man status in the decades to come. This finally culminated in roles in the Batman and Terminator franchises, wide critical acclaim, as well as several movie awards nominations, including an Oscar win.
Dude, Terminator Salvation was fantastic.
Yeah.
I fucking love that movie,
Yeah.
dude. And I feel like it doesn't get enough credit in the Terminator series that it should.
It was better than Terminator 3.
I think it's.
Oh yeah, way better than.
It's
I
better
think it's
than
good.
3,
but I think.
5, 6.
Well, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I
think it's good, but I still think there could have been more done with it. But that's just me.
dude,
I've also
all I
gone
know
deep
is like
into that
every
before,
time
that's
I
why. I'm like,
every
there could have
time
been
I
more.
like pull that movie out and watch it, dude, like, and it's not often, but it's like I'll put that on for a background movie, and then whatever I'm doing is just getting fucked because I am sitting down and watching that fucking movie, dude. Like, and it'll be like that one scene where like all the people get sucked out of the gas station, and I know it's coming, and I'm like, all right, now I'm fucking into it, dude. Like, but all right.
The vast majority of the dialogue in the movie is taken word for word from the novel by Bret Easton Ellis.
Oh, no shit.
Nice. Hell yeah.
The whoosh sounds during the famous business card scene was created by slowing down the sound of a sword being drawn from its sheath.
Oh God.
A, awesome. B, totally makes sense.
Yeah.
It really does.
'Cause that is their ninja swords. Sing.
To block the three-way sex scene with two prostitutes, co-writer and director Mary Herron and Christian Bale watched X-rated videotapes. In her commentary, Herron says Bale made stick figure drawings of the positions he thought would work best.
It's for the research.
Research.
I wonder if one of the movies that they watched was the one that he was watching in the beginning. They liked it so much,
Probably.
they're like, you know what, we got to put this in the film.
And the dude was only renting those tapes from the fucking rental store.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
even worse, man. You're renting porn. And I mean, I understand it's the 80s and it's a lot different of a time, but it's like, you could just buy it at that point, man. He's got money, right? But then you got a big
Videotapes
porn.
were still really expensive back then, though.
Bro, he had CDs. He had money.
Definitely.
Yeah, he had fucking CDs.
did.
He had expendable cash.
Yeah. I never had CDs in the 80s, but we definitely had VHS tapes, dude. But anyways,
We had 87. The only VHS tapes we had were ones we copied off of, like we rented and copied.
yeah, we had a bunch of those too.
No, we never did that at all. No, never. During his big chainsaw scene, Christian Bale would happily and literally hang out between takes, wearing nothing but a sock over his penis and some tennis shoes.
Give it away, give it away, give it away now.
Socks on cocks.
That's
He's
our
just
photo
pulling the
shoot
Red Hot
right
Chili
there.
Peppers.
Connection.
I only hope it was a full Red Hot Chili Peppers where it was like an elongated tube sock just for no fucking reason.
Yeah, because I'm like, give me a baby sock, we'll be good.
Same.
I'm gonna need a special
shut up,
made
Bobby.
one.
Just a little kid's mitten.
And on that
Oh.
note,
That ain't-
Yeah.
The head that appears in Patrick Bateman's refrigerator was achieved by the actress in question sticking her head up through the fridge's shelves.
Oh, no shit. Wait, question. Was that supposed to be the first lady that he approached after the ATM? Or was that
I
somebody
thought
else?
so.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think it was.
I wasn't sure on that. Not that it really fucking matters, because to me it didn't happen anyway. So, Ron, I agree. That would be. I want to see that poster.
That's the poster for the movie.
So yes, like Brody said, for Willem Dafoe's scene, Mary Harron instructed him to play each one in 3 different styles. 1 as if he's suspicious of Patrick Bateman, 2 as if he has no clue as to Bateman's guilt, and 3 as if he is undecided.
And then they mixed them. That's awesome, dude. God damn, Dafoe looked young as fuck for 45 in this movie. Like Christian Bale being 25 and Dafoe being 45. I was just like, man, they honestly don't look that far apart. But it might have just been the haircuts. Dude.
No,
I don't know.
don't.
Sometimes that do it.
Well, this was around the same time I did Spider-Man, so
Yeah, and I was trying to think that too. I'm somewhat of a scientist myself.
Ewan McGregor was subsequently offered the role of Patrick Bateman, but declined after Christian Bale personally urged him to do so.
Urged him?
Yeah, he really wanted that role.
Look at him, motherfucker. You take this role, I'm going to have to beat your ass.
No, man, he was probably doing the Jay and Silent Bob Hollywood method. He might have did the... And say after, ooh, thank you for a lovely tea party.
See, you mentioned Jay and Silent Bob. All I thought of was Lion Face and Lemon Face.
No, that was Jared Leto and the fucking...
After the film was completed, and by extension, his punishing Jim and healthy lifestyle, Christian Bale admitted to the director that he was so fucking sick of having to eat chicken breasts.
Or as I like to call them, chicken tits.
Chicken titties. Right? What is the greasiest, shittiest meal you go to after that, after eating that for months?
Definitely a fucking burger.
The burger?
Cheeseburger.
I was thinking pizza
greasy
myself,
fucking
dude.
burger.
I feel like I would go for that.
No, with the biggest
pizza
sack
burger.
of fries you could get.
Ooh.
A
There
big
you
bacon
go.
cheeseburger.
See, I was thinking the breakfast bacon cheeseburger, dude, with the runny egg on it, man.
Oh,
No,
I do like
That's
those.
always my usually go-to for like, I'm hankering. That does sound pretty good too, though.
That or the fattest cheesesteak I could find, and it's got to go through.
Like
the
either
batter.
way, whatever you're eating needs to be dripping grease, right?
Yeah.
Like that.
Yes, it needs to.
And you got to mop
Yes.
that grease up so it gets more flavoring back on you.
With the pizza.
But if it is
That's
pizza,
fucking right, baby. You know. I got
No,
yelled at for doing
Never
that.
mind.
I'm like, no,
Fat
man, that's
sandwiches.
just extra pizza sauce, dude.
Nah, a good fat sandwich.
That's
with
true, man. You're
everything on
Jersey.
it.
You get all them like fat nights and shit, bro. It's fucking
Oh, brother, I'll tell. I could polish off too. No
it's a lot of
problem.
meat. Anyways,
certain scenes in the book either had to be completely removed or toned down for the film due to the graphic and extreme nature of the murders and torture scenes. Some readers either had to stop reading the novel and take a break, or didn't finish reading it due to the extremely gruesome scenes. Like Gene said, it's a hard read.
no shit.
Brody.
Do
Hey,
you
Brody.
hey, what's up, Mr.
Roaster.
Do you have like anything about the book being in Australia? I saw a little tidbit about that. And I didn't want to like, but okay. So supposedly when the book was even released in Australia, it had to be wrapped in cellophane so people couldn't like open it up in the bookstore to read and shit like
Holy
that.
shit,
Yes.
like a fucking porn mag?
Yeah, bro. Like how
What
crazy
the
is
fuck?
that?
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Anything else, Chad Daddy?
DiCaprio was asking $21 million to play the lead, forcing the film's budget up to $40 million. When he quit and Christian Bale resumed the role, the budget went back down to a more reasonable $7 million. With a box office take in excess of 34, the movie proved successful.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, but when he was on board, or when they wanted him to do it, it wasn't this director. It was Stoned, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I wonder if
Yeah.
there's any footage of DiCaprio doing anything from the film.
No, I don't even think they filmed anything. I think this was all
Okay.
No,
all
I don't- yeah.
pre-production. Because they
Yeah.
this lady walked away from set because they didn't want to use Bale, and she really wanted him. And so they got
Yeah.
Oliver Stone, but then that fucking bagged out. She came back, and then that's, you know, the done deal. I think. at
Right
that
on.
point.
When
Right
they
on.
said, okay, you can have him.
I'm
Never
glad
even
Oliver
heard of-
Stone didn't do it. He would have made it like a whole big government conspiracy.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been weird.
Which
Brody
is like
says,
every
I've never
mother
even
movie.
heard of any book like that. Haha, that's well. So that's what I read this morning, Brody. That could be completely off basis. I'm just saying what I read.
No, no, it was talked about all the.
No, but I'm just
everywhere.
saying the fact that it was like wrapped in cellophane, so like people couldn't get into it.
No,
Oh, okay.
yeah, no, you
Oh,
are
okay.
right on that.
Anyways,
Christian Bale extensively studied the American Psycho novel and the character of Patrick Bateman in order to get the feel of the character right. He had distanced himself from others while on set in order to create a mysterious, unsettling vibe for Bateman.
Method
the-
acting.
yeah,
I
was gonna
love it.
say, pulling the old good Jason Voorhees setup there and everything. Right?
Yeah.
Don't let him
Whitney
see me till it's time.
Whitney Houston refused to allow any of her songs to be used in the film.
Man,
I find that surprising. You don't think she'd turn down crack money?
Right? What the fuck,
damn.
dude.
Damn.
Hey, man, this is 80s money, baby, right? In 2000. Man, we never even talked about how much, like, okay, so I got to ask, and maybe if anybody can answer, you can go ahead. How should a bathroom be set up for proper cocaine usage? Because
Those stalls were way too narrow.
Because that's what they were complaining. They were like, this place sucks. They're bad. You can't do cocaine in their bathrooms or something like that. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, those stalls looked way too narrow for.
I'm assuming
proper-
it's because there's like no shelf usage anywhere. That
Could be.
I'm guessing.
They'd use like the toilet paper holder or something.
Right.
That's gross. That's fucking gross as fuck.
Yeah, but you fucking know
Right.
that motherfuckers do. Probably.
To gain his buffed up appearance in the film, Christian Bale would spend several hours a day in the gym and then 3 hours a day with an on-set trainer.
Yeah, you would.
That's crazy.
doing those little stick figures.
Dude, right?
After
The
the
dude
no-
must have been fucking spent. Like, he must have been so tired after a certain point.
After the novel was originally optioned in 91, author Bret Easton Ellis himself was set to write the script for director Stuart Gordon, with Johnny Depp starring as Patrick Bateman. Gordon wanted to do the film in black and white and stick as close to the book as possible, meaning a guaranteed X rating. After the project fell through, David Cronenberg replaced Gordon with Brad Pitt set to star. This project also failed to get off the ground.
But I heard Cronenberg was really weird about how he wanted to be on this one, too.
I was so curious what he really would have done.
I wouldn't
Not
mind
what you-
Stuart Gordon's take on it.
Not what you would think you would want from a Cronenberg. Right? Like, I hear Cronenberg, I think body
No.
horror and stuff. That's the exact
That's- yeah.
opposite of what he wanted to do. He didn't want to really do any kills, and I think he didn't want to do any restaurant scenes, which is like half of this fucking movie. So
That would have been a completely different film.
Yeah, would have.
And another part
Johnny-
of the multiverse, boys.
Johnny Depp as this, though. What are we talking? Earlier '90s when it was first like pitched, or is that?
That's what
still
it seemed
closer to-
like. It's
Yeah,
Because I'm trying to think of like Johnny Depp popularity, and that would make sense.
and after it
That's
was,
like
it was just says after it was originally optioned in 91, so that would have been like
92, let's say. So Edward Scissorhands was what, 93 or something like that.
something
mean,
like
So
that,
he would
yeah.
have been around the time he did Benny in June.
probably.
I don't know if I'm not saying he couldn't do it, but I feel like it would just be a very different Bateman.
I think he
could've done it.
could. I think he definitely could have done it. I can't see.
Yeah, I
Brad
don't see
Pitt,
Pitt
honestly.
doing it justice.
Not
I don't know,
really.
maybe.
No.
I actually like older Pitt more
And
than
I
younger
definitely
Pitt, dude. I mean, Fight Club's obviously great, but that's more.
And I definitely could not see DiCaprio even touching this. But, you know. Anyway,
In
continue.
order to get the role
That's-
of Patrick Bateman, Christian Bale was required to sing "Hip to Be Square" a cappella in its entirety without missing a word.
What the fuck?
In front of Huey Lewis, that would be the best.
Oh fuck! All I could think of was the scene from Back to the
Back to
Future.
the Future. That's enough,
Huey
please. That's enough.
I'm afraid
You're
you're
on
too darn loud, boys.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ron. Edward Scissorhands was 90, so that would be.
I thought it was
after
before that.
Okay. Word.
Keanu Reeves was offered the lead role at one point.
We're talking speed, Keanu Reeves, dude.
Speed. Never
Well,
heard
I'm
of it.
thinking. Yeah, never heard of it. Bus that went really fast.
Yeah, I
The
think
bus that
you're
couldn't slow
confusing
down.
bus that can slow down. Yeah.
That's right. Or is it maybe right off of Bill and Ted? No, Bill and Ted's was 80s, right? 89 was the first.
Yeah,
Bill
The
and
first
Ted?
one was. Then
Yeah.
Bogus Journey was also. I think it's also 91.
Bogus Journey. Bogus Journey is a good underrated one, dude.
I
That
love
doesn't-
Bogus
Bogus
Journey.
Journey is better than the first one, and I will die on that hill.
Yeah.
Ooh,
The soundtrack alone is
I love
fucking
Bogus
amazing.
Journey. It is.
I still haven't watched
to
the
go
third
rewatch
one. I'm
that.
scared.
Station!
Yeah.
The third
I
one's
almost-
not that great. It's
I almost
funny,
don't
though.
even want
Yeah, I
to,
haven't
just because
either.
I'm like, I don't know if
It's
I need that.
funny.
dude.
It's fucking funny, but it's one of those films that is handing the reins off to girls when it shouldn't be that.
So it's Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
Yes, it's exactly what it is.
See, that's how I felt it was gonna be too, man. I don't. All right. Anyway,
See, that to me, that's not the main timeline of Bill and Ted. That's an alternate timeline where they didn't become famous after the Battle of the Bands. Because after Bogus Journey, you see how they hit it big.
yeah, they
And-
literally went back and then came in and fucking what? One was ZZ Top and the other one was
Yeah. And then it showed all the newspaper headlines of how big they made it. Well, none of that shit happened in this movie.
No,
it's
it
an alternate
does.
timeline to me.
It happens. They just don't write the song they were supposed to write to unite the world, because you see the newspaper clippings of what occurred when Death tried to take over and tried to steal the name Wild Stallions.
Yeah, it's alternate timeline to me.
All right, maybe I'll still have to watch.
You gotta watch
Anyway.
it. It's fucking funny. I thought I enjoyed it. I watched it like 2 weeks ago again, just for
Oh,
shits and
really?
giggles. Yeah, just
Wow,
for shits
okay.
and giggles.
Would you watch it on?
I have it on Prime.
Oh, okay. Word.
I got to rewatch.
So,
that.
Reese Witherspoon would later present Christian Bale with his first Academy Award in 2011 for his role in The Fighter.
Oh, nice.
Oh no shit.
In the
Crazy
film,
after 5 years after this, we got him as Batman.
Yeah. In the film, he said Batman. Now I'm reading it.
The Batman.
In the film, Bateman thinks he spots the limo of Donald Trump and mistakes the woman for Ivana Trump. In the novel, Bateman is obsessed with the Trumps, going to restaurants because Donald was spotted there or trying to go to one of Donald's parties. When Detective Kimball comes to his office, he has a copy of The Art of the Deal displayed with pride in his office.
I'm
I mean, that
Detective
makes sense,
Kimball.
dude. You're talking like that is
Kimball.
prime, like 80s young Trump. So yeah, I can see that, especially with his archetype of like what he's all into. Oh, 100%, dude.
In the novel, Patrick Bateman's most common weapons of choice are an axe, nail gun, chainsaw, mace, acid, knives, and guns. In the film, we see him use a knife, an axe, a nail gun, a chainsaw, and a gun.
Doesn't he? But he talks about using acid, doesn't he?
Yeah, when he said,
He
Yeah.
The
did
body's
that.
dissolving,
Body-
right? Or
yeah.
in the tub or whatever. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Weird.
Christian Bale and
Kinda
Willem
wanna see
Dafoe
that.
both played Jesus in previous films. Bale in Mary, Mother of Jesus, 1999, and Dafoe in The Last Temptation of Christ in 1988.
I did not know that.
Oh,
Yo, are we really getting the
Yeah,
sequel
that's
to fucking The
new.
Passion of the Christ?
I think so.
Somebody told me that. I go, no. And they're like, yeah, man, it's coming out this April. I was
I
like,
wonder if it's going to be like this. Please be like the sequel they showed in that Family Guy episode where it's a buddy
Oh
cop
my
movie.
God.
oh my God! I forgot
You know
about
what?
that.
I've never seen Passion of the Christ, but if the resurrection is like that, then I would totally
I will watch that.
dude.
I would. Oh God! I'd go twice.
Oh
Chris
man.
Tucker. Christian Bale, Jared Leto, and Willem Dafoe all played superhero characters later in their career. Bale played Batman in the Dark Knight trilogy from 2005 to 2012. Leto played the Joker in DCU's Suicide Squad and Zack Snyder's Justice League. And Dafoe played Green Goblin in both Spider-Man and Spider-Man No Way Home. Leto would also play the role of Dr. Michael Morbius in It's Morbin Time, aka Morbius, and Dafoe would play Volko in Aquaman, and then also Bale played the villain Gore in Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah. Dude, you know what's sad is
God damn.
we even
Jesus
mentioned that, or Bob mentioned earlier that what's his name was in Aquaman, and it didn't like. I didn't even think about it because I've only seen. Yeah, I only
Didn't
saw
register.
Aquaman once, and I fucking hated it. So I forgot that he was even in it.
I liked it, but not enough to watch it again. That's for sure.
Huh. Oh shit! A lot of superhero movies.
Mm-hmm.
Best role out of all of them. Go.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Green Goblin. Yeah,
dude, like 100%.
Yeah, it's hard to disagree with.
because
that.
I hate Christian Bale's Batman.
So do I.
I love his Bruce Wayne. I hate his Batman, dude.
Why do you want to kill me?
Right?
Where are they?
The problem is, like, that gave Pete Holmes a whole comedy.
Oh,
sketch
yeah, it
routine.
did.
You know
Yeah,
what
it
I
did.
mean? Like, what are you talking about?
There's a fucking
Gotham.
skit that I saw fucking years ago, and it's this guy that's dressed up like the Joker, and it's the interrogation scene. I'll send it to you on fucking Facebook. It's hilarious, and it's just supposed to be Christian Bale's Batman, and he doesn't say anything. He's just like, and the Joker's like, I don't understand what you're saying. Look, my name is Steve, and obviously I'm going through some things right now, but I can't understand a goddamn thing you're saying. And Batman just keeps fucking punching him, and he's like, all right, look, man, look, I'm gonna be Rachel's here, Harvey Dent's over here. You gotta get to them, and fucking Batman. He's just stop hitting me. Just stop fucking hitting me. It is the funniest shit ever.
You gotta send that. You gotta send that, please.
Okay, continuing on. This is the first time that Willem Dafoe stars alongside an actor who would go on to play Batman. In this film, Dafoe stars alongside Christian Bale, who went on to play Bruce Wayne and Batman. And Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Rises. The second time he stars alongside an actor who would go on to play Batman is The Lighthouse. In that film, he stars alongside Robert Pattinson, who went on to portray Bruce Wayne and Batman in The Batman 2022.
Is that on our list this year?
I don't know.
I think so.
It's what on our list.
I thought one of
think
us
so.
talked about it
Remember.
before, but I didn't know if it got. Anyway,
I think we
Yeah.
talked about it.
That's always
I
one
think
that-
it is. It doesn't sound familiar.
What
it's always
movie?
kind of one that I always wanted to check out. The Lighthouse
Oh,
with Patterson and.
Oh, I wanted to check that out.
All I
too.
know is you see Defoe fucking jerking it.
No,
Yeah,
it's not on our list.
Okay. Anyways, anything else, Chad? Did it?
Onward.
The events that Bateman mentions in the phone message to his lawyer are events that transpired in the book, but not in the film. Although these events probably still happened, but off screen at different points.
All right.
Even though there are several implications in the film, in the novel, Patrick Bateman was portrayed as cannibalistic. There were many graphic scenes of Bateman devouring the bodies of his victims, whether cooked or raw.
I mean, that's why he was so lean, right? He was eating that raw meat, dude.
Yeah, that
Makes sense. I mean, he
caveman
did.
diet.
He did bite that lady's leg straight up. So yeah, you know.
Then later on, he
He
told
did, so
his lawyer that he ate some of the people's brains.
Hmm.
and he said he killed like 12 or 20
See,
homeless
that's the
people.
other
I
thing
don't
too.
know,
Is
I'm not
like
sure.
he embellished his number by the point. You know, I mean, he just kept like making it. That's why I still think he didn't do it because he was just all bullshit.
There are several deleted scenes that never made it to the final cut of the film. These scenes include Patrick trying and failing to seduce Evelyn into sex and having a discussion as to why she doesn't completely go for Timothy Bryce. Which one was Evelyn?
Isn't she the redhead? Or
Was
am
it?
I wrong on that?
No,
I
that was
thought she
Elizabeth.
No, she's. I thought she was his secretary.
No, that was Jean.
Gene.
Reese Witherspoon was Evelyn.
His fiance?
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
See, she only had like 2 fucking scenes in the whole goddamn movie, dude. So it's like, I don't know.
three if you're being technical.
Then I already forgot the second one because I only remember her in the beginning, and then when he broke up with her. that was-
Well, the party,
Limo,
Christmas party.
Oh yeah, the
and-
Christmas party. All I
and
remember
the
from that is just when that dude put the fucking antlers on. I'm like, yo, man, I feel like that motherfucker would have turned around like, get these fucking things, you know. Anyways,
There's a scene of Patrick and Courtney having sex, but get interrupted due to concerns of not properly practicing safe sex. Kimball crossing paths with Patrick at a club and having a brief conversation. Patrick and his friends having a conversation while riding in a limousine. And while at a club, Timothy Bryce is extremely uncomfortable for some unknown reason, to where he tells Patrick that he's leaving, jumps over a banister, and runs out of the crowded club as Patrick looks on.
that's like the most Irish goodbye. It's awesome.
It's heavily implied that Patrick Bateman suffers from a series of mental illnesses. During the sequence where he murders Paul Allen, he takes a pill out of a prescription bottle in his bathroom and takes it before proceeding with the act. Later in the film, when he has a public nervous breakdown when he calls Jean, he's seen taking many pills from a prescription bottle. Bateman's prescribed medicine is most likely meant for maintaining mental issues. Bateman taking the medicine implies that he's trying somewhat to control his behavior. Notably, he's shown having characteristics of narcissistic personality disorder, obsessive compulsive disorder, antisocial personality disorder, and schizophrenia.
God damn. Yeah, makes sense. All right. Dude's got some issues.
And finally, a direct-to-video sequel, American Psycho 2, directed by Morgan J. Freeman and starring Mila Kunis, was released in 2002. The sequel's only connection with the original is the death of Patrick Bateman, played by Michael Kremko wearing a face mask, briefly shown in a flashback. The film was denounced by American Psycho author Bret Easton Ellis. In 2005, Kunis expressed embarrassment over the film and spoke out against the idea of a sequel.
American Pico.
So like the whole thing was like it started getting filmed and it was like mid-film. They're like, yo, we're gonna make this American Psycho 2.
Yeah. Yeah, she didn't even know there was going to be a sequel when she was making it.
That's man, that's just some shitty executives. They're just like, yo, let's dick ride these fucking try to get some money out of this shit. That's fucking stupid.
Well, they did the same thing with that. Now I can't remember the name with Sharon Stone. They made a sequel to that. They did the same.
Basic
thing.
Instinct.
Was it
No,
meant to be-
no, she
Yeah,
did a
it was-
sequel to that.
Like recently.
Yeah, but it was basically the same. It wasn't supposed to be, and then they're like, "No, we're gonna do it," and that's it.
All right.
It's not as good.
That's all it, Chad Daddy.
That's it.
Thank you kindly, sir. Appreciate
My
that. All righty, boys. What format did we watch this on?
Amazon Prime.
Prime.
Plex.
I tried watching on Disney, but I don't have the thing, so I had to go to Hulu. Damn it.
Like I said,
And
Plex.
all right. Douche of the film. Bateman.
Yeah.
Patrick Bateman.
Yeah.
I mean,
Is literally the douche. Favorite kill that did or did not happen.
Chainsaw drop.
The axe.
I do love the chainsaw drop. Yeah, I'm going with chainsaw drop too. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to go with that as well. Just because that was that's some precision, right? For sure. That takes us to best scene.
Oh.
Best scene.
I'm going with him with Huey Lewis and Jared Leto. I don't know. It's just so eccentric.
I'm
I
going
love
the
that scene.
the shootout in the city.
With the cop explosion?
Yeah.
Cop car explosion? Nice.
Yeah.
I am actually going to pick the scene where they're in the club doing drugs. Just because when they're sitting there, they're snorting their coke. The guy in the next stall, can you shut the fuck up? We're trying to do some drugs in here.
Yeah, no, that's funny.
I laughed so loud. I just laughed like my ass off at that scene. I don't know why.
Ron, thank you for joining
Have
us,
a good night,
homie.
man.
You have a fantastic night there.
Have
Thanks
a
for
good
joining
night,
us,
Ron.
buddy.
We'll see you next week.
Best scene. I think I'm gonna have to go the card scene, dude, just because it made me laugh so hard. And
I almost went with that until you guys brought up the drug scene. That
it's
just made
so
me laugh
fucking
hard.
stupid. I mean, it's kind of the same caliber, right? It's almost
Mhm.
in that same, like, just absolutely ridiculous, but it's hilarious. That takes us to worst moment or scene.
I'm gonna go when he's in Barcadia with that woman, the guy's wife.
Oh, and
or
she was
fiance,
totally drugged
and
out.
she's fucking falling asleep. And it's just like that is just so weird and wrong to me.
Well, he
Yeah,
didn't
that-
drug her. She drugged herself.
I was saying, she did that herself.
No, I know he didn't, but it's just so awkward, regardless if she did it herself or not.
I honestly don't have a scene that I think is like the worst scene.
Yes, you do. You already mentioned it.
Which one?
Him doing squats in front of the window, seeing his dong.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, I didn't need to see that, but it's not the worst scene for me.
I don't know if I really have a worst scene for this.
Yeah,
Dude.
I don't have.
I don't
one.
think any like even if I didn't necessarily care for the movie overall, I don't think any of the scenes like I feel like everything was like
Well,
everything had a purpose.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
There was nothing that didn't seem
yeah, I guess.
that it was just completely unnecessary or not needed.
I get, and when I say that scene, I say it as awkward, not even like worse. So that I'll call it awkward.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna pick worst scene. Right after he stabbed the homeless guy and he stomped the dog to death. We didn't need that.
You just had to see what kind of an asshole he was, though.
Didn't need that though.
You know, when he
He was
did
about to
that shit,
shove a kid into a fucking ATM, bro.
when he stomped that dog, the only thing I thought in my head was Jason Voorhees would never do that.
Michael Myers would have ate that fucking thing. What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
Michael Myers would have. Not our boy Jason.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Jason would have eaten it too.
Oh, well,
Yeah, in part 2, man.
Part 2.
yeah.
Oh yeah, he's got a point.
I don't think zombie Jason eats dogs, though. He probably doesn't need to eat food.
I don't
I
think
don't think he
Zombie
needs
Jason gives a
No,
shit.
he's just doing his thing. All right. That takes us to opening scene, hook you in.
Yeah, I guess because
Yeah.
the whole
Was it
morning
the monologue?
routine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was open. Yeah,
Because
no,
it just showed you his full OCD, so you kind of get the implication that this guy's not all there.
it did, but I also hated it at the same time because I'm like, oh my god, this is ridiculous. But yeah, I'll say it did. It definitely set the pace for the movie and everything too. So that takes us to most attractive character. Dude, I'm gonna go with that redhead friend.
I'm going with the secretary. I'm
I'm
going with
picking
the
the secretary
secretary.
as well.
I'm going with the Hyatt class hooker that he brought.
Oh, the one that he
Okay,
told her to
okay.
dance while the
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
then
the
she
first
did that.
redhead.
She did that awkward Elaine dance.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah. Don't just
Did she do
stare
the
at
kicks?
it. Eat
Or
it.
no,
She did the-
thumbs?
What is it? The pointing into the kicks. Yo, man,
Did she do the thumbs?
Quite some time.
Elaine could do that, dude. She was hot, still doing
She
that.
was. Fuck yeah.
She was-
Ooh, yeah, I don't know, man. She was pretty cute too. I still think I'm gonna go with the second redhead though, the friend there.
She was really cute, but I just
She had that late
Something about
80s,
the-
early 90s kind of like. There was just that look, dude. And I was just like, "Yep, that's it."
I really liked the secretary though.
So the secretary, and this sounds so stupid, but her hair is that 80s hair or is that 2000s hair? Because I feel like that's closer to 2000s hair with the bangs and shit.
I was definitely
No, women had bangs in the
yeah, I'm gonna
80s
agree.
because my
Yeah.
I'm
mom.
not saying they didn't, but it just like the way it was like super straight at the. I guess it can. I don't know. 80s to me, I'm still thinking, and I guess that's more like all the women in my life. They all still had like big, like frizzy hair and like shit like that.
But then again,
not in
like,
the professional world. No,
but I was gonna say, like we
There.
said, we didn't, we weren't old enough to remember how the professional world was back
no,
then. So-
yeah, that's true. I just remember the brown and the cigarettes. That's all.
See,
Anyways,
they would have hair like that, going to the day job, and then going out to the nightclub, you'd see like the big teased hair and shit.
I want to see the big teased hair, man.
Yeah.
Let's kill that ozone. Anyways, yeah, right. Aquanet, bro. It's
A
never
full
gone
can
away.
every time.
All I think of is the scene from Terminator when the ladies are getting ready, dude, and her fucking roommate just fucking.
Oh yeah.
All right. Did the score set the mood?
Yeah, the score wasn't
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
absolutely.
right. I will have to agree. Best song.
Oh, hip to be square. I'm going Huey Lewis on this one.
No, I'm gonna disagree. I'm going with Susu Studio.
Ooh.
Yeah, little Phil.
That's got a good dance. That's got a really
does.
good ooh. Ooh. I think I might have to go studio, bro. That might have that.
I'm gonna go pump up the volume.
Ooh,
there you go.
That's a good one too.
Good too.
Although every time I hear that song, it makes me think of My Stepmother's an Alien.
Yeah.
When she
What's
does
up,
the little
Chris?
striptease.
It's hip to be square.
Got a Chris in the chat. How's it going, sir?
Hey, what's up there, Mr. Christopher Fanning?
All right, that takes us to favorite character. Probably Defoe's character.
Yeah.
Like he was
think
probably
so.
the most likable.
Yeah. He was probably the only likable character that we had because he was the only one.
No,
That
I would say his,
Well, the
his
secretary
assistant.
too.
Yeah, the secretary is
nice.
likable. Yeah.
But
The
But other
secretary
than
is very
those two, there really
likable.
wasn't anybody that was likable in this
Mm-mm.
movie.
No, fuck no, dude. And Bob's got them deep yawns. So we'll get going, Bob. It's okay.
Sorry.
All
Yeah,
right,
I'm
that
good,
takes
I'm
us
good.
to. Was it scary?
Eh,
Not for us, but me.
Not
I'm gonna
in
say
the sense of
psychologically, yes, it was scary.
I could say
Yeah.
more in the sense of like, I think if you were a lady watching this, dude, like there's a, you know what I mean, just from like
Yeah.
that aspect of it. Yeah, probably, dude.
yeah, definitely.
You know, I'm not trying to be hooking on the corners at the night, so I ain't, you know, I'm not going to be putting myself in that situation. Feel like I'm going to pull in a very slim clientele of big fluffy men who likes big fluffy men.
Bear on bear action.
Fucking right, dude. You know, it's like a Cadillac.
You know, and get a whole bunch of hunters like in fucking when they're fucking the bear and Super Troopers.
Oh Jesus!
Johnny the bear.
Here's how you prevent.
That
Forest
takes us to
fires.
does it hold up today? Well, you know what? This movie's 25 years old, and
I mean,
it's set in the 80s. But I'm
I
gonna
don't-
say, yeah, it does,
Um,
dude. Like,
I think so.
it's a
oh,
solidly
definitely.
done movie. So,
100%.
which confuses me because I forgot that it was made in 2000s. Because I was like, oh, this was made in the early 90s. Because you know that's the time. No, that's just the time setting of the movies. So perfect. How's the acting?
Solid.
Fucking top
Thumbs
fucking
up,
tier.
man.
Oh, so A+.
Everybody was a douche nozzle. And that
Even
was
even the kitten was a great actor in this movie.
right.
Yeah, meowed on cue and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That cat looked prepared to go into that fucking ATM.
To that poor lady at the ATM. What are you doing? Oh, Jesus.
Oh, no, baby.
Hey, she saved that poor kitty's life. She's the real hero of this movie.
She did.
She did.
The
Yes.
ATM was hungry, bro. See, that should have been the scene right there. If anybody thought it was never in his head, bro, the ATM said, "Feed me a fucking kid." All right. That. Did you like the cinematography?
Yeah, it was very
Yeah.
well shot.
Yeah, it's set up.
Absolutely.
It was well shot.
Beautifully shot. Looks beautiful.
What do we got?
I love the stairwell shots when he's got the.
Yeah,
no, those are
really solid.
Great.
Premise.
I don't know what
Yeah.
the fucking premise is.
Sometimes
You know,
it's crazy.
I kind of said that myself because I'm like halfway through this. I'm like, what the fuck is the plot to this movie, dude? Because I do not know what's really like. I don't know. It's just the day in the life of, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know what the fucking premise is, but I liked it.
Yeah, I'm in the same. I'm like, I like it though.
I honestly don't know. Like,
Sorry, guys, I froze up there for a few seconds.
no, you're good. I just, yeah, I
You're good.
don't know if I can answer this question. I didn't hate it, but I don't know if I liked it because I don't know what it was. Scoob's getting fucking fed on air. I'm jealous.
You didn't like it, whatever it was.
That is beautiful.
Oh.
You're a
Tastes
bitch.
like,
You're a bitch.
tastes like caca.
Oh my god.
What was it?
Steve just ate something hot.
Oh,
All right,
yeah.
Steve will be back. That was a
Well,
pepper or something.
shit.
Oh, it's wasabi.
Oh! Oh!
Wasabi snooters, baby.
Oh, I fucking hate wasabi.
See, I like
She
wasabi.
fucking shoved a piece
I was
of
about to say,
meat
don't
with
touch
all
it.
that wasn't all the wasabi that's on there. Most of it was in my mouth. Look at that
Oh,
shit.
I hate wasabi.
I like wasabi. See, I like wasabi.
Oh, I love
I would hate it.
wasabi.
You taste
All
it,
right.
that's all you can taste.
God, all I think is
Yeah,
Jackass.
wasabi
movies.
snooters,
Wasabi
baby.
snooters.
Woo!
Oh,
Oh my god, I gotta rewatch
Oh,
Jackass.
Straight up. Chad Eddie, what did
All
you
right,
say?
continue.
On Promise? Did you say yay, nay?
I still
Not
said I
sure.
don't know what the premise was, so I'm still
All right. So we're in
I'm
the same boat.
undecided.
Climax, was it satisfying?
No.
No, because it's an open-ended, like we've
Yeah.
been discussing this shit for 2 fucking hours, bro.
Yeah, but the climax was the fucking scene where it starts where he's gonna feed the fucking cat to the fucking ATM. I'm gonna say yes.
I'm gonna go.
All right. Well, if we're considering that far back, then yes. I'll say
I wouldn't call that the climax though. The climax.
I would
is-
say that's like third act almost.
yeah, that's third act. That's not climax.
I think that's.
Well, I'm still going to say yes because I love when
No,
he's
I think
talking to his
climax
head
is when
about
he's
it,
in
so
the
I'm gonna say
fucking
yes.
restaurant talking to his lawyer, and his lawyer is first off doesn't even know who the.
Oh,
fuck he
you
is.
get the
Gets his name
full.
wrong.
You actually
Yeah.
get kind of the
Well, even-
realization. Well, if that's the case, then I definitely want to say yes because I enjoyed that scene too because that was like
All right.
that was the eye opener.
See, I don't want to say it's satisfying because it was confusing as fuck.
I didn't think it was confusing. Fuck, I always thought it was always just in his head. I don't know. Even Brody's saying it's all his head.
The
Climax
climax
is
is he becomes Batman.
Makes sense. He's got the money. All right. Recycle, rewind, remake, or reboot.
I'm gonna rewind.
I'm going to rewind it. Rewind.
I don't know if I'd ever watch it again, personally. I don't know if I need to. I'd probably reshelf it.
Be
I
truthful.
wouldn't throw it away because it's like
Yeah, I don't
It's
want
a
to
solid-
recycle it.
it's a
per
solid
se,
piece of right. It's a solid piece
because
of
the acting is
cinema.
pretty good.
Did we just add another R for 2025?
No, we've already done it. We've done the
You've done
reshelf.
reshelf? Oh,
Yeah. We just haven't put it
Yeah.
officially on the list.
Thank you. That's what I needed to change in my show notes. I knew
What?
there was something.
What?
Reshelf.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we've done that before. I would reshelf it.
Yeah, we have.
Brody, I
Oh,
heard
dear
they're talking
God.
about remaking it.
I hope.
With
I hope
Austin,
they don't
with
remake
Austin
it.
Butler. I hope.
Yeah, but like if they remade
They
it,
do or they
would it still be set in the 80s or would it be like a new
In the
age
2000s.
American
It's going to
style?
take place in the 2000s now.
Oh.
Yeah, I
So we're
wouldn't
gonna
do it
have
in the 80s.
bros and shit and fucking we're gonna have business bros. Like do it. Yo, if
I don't
we
know,
get a
we'll see.
bunch of like fucking I mean, we gotta have music of the time, right? So we're talking our bro. Oh, dude.
Bro, he's
we're
going to
get-
love
dude,
like Blink
Limp
182.
Bizkit. I'm going Limp
fucking
Bizkit, man.
Bizkit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a whole Limp Bizkit section, dude, where he's like,
Oh.
Fred Durst is one of the best singers. Like he's doing his fucking.
Fred Durst is one of the best singers of our time.
Speaking of Fred
Yeah.
Durst, dude, I think, and I might switch out one of my things. I think I might throw Y2K on my list and take one out because I heard it's a stupid fucking movie.
I heard it's
but it's
dumb, but it's
hilarious.
good. Yeah.
And for like
I haven't
for
heard
us
anything
that
about
were
it. So
in the peak of Y2K, it's like it's member berries times 3, dude. Like, yeah.
No, Chris, we will never.
No,
watch
we're not
Psycho
doing
3.
American Psycho 2.
will
We wouldn't do
never,
that to
ever.
ourselves.
no, you couldn't pay. Well, maybe you could.
Yeah, I
pay
mean,
a
if you
hefty
pay us to
price.
review it, we'll do it. But
That would be the first Patreon right there.
yeah, that would be the first Patreon review movie because we're not fucking doing it.
All right. So Brody started this bitch off with a 5. Bob, what you got, homie?
I love it. 4.7.
Scuba.
4.8.
4.8. Chad Eddie, you and I are going to be the
Don't
low
make
balls.
that face, Chad Daddy. I like the
dude,
fucking movie.
I am giving it like a 2.3.
Oh, okay. Chad Eddie's going way lower than I thought. I'm probably going to give it a 3. Even though it's not necessarily my thing, I can give it for like I said, the solidness of everything else. So that would be divided by 5. 3.96. That would be a 4.
A bit
So-
generous, but whatever. I'll give it.
Negative,
That's-
Chris. $20. $20, sir.
No. $1 per person.
Meaning,
Yo, man,
you're
listen.
gonna pay us $1
It's only
each. No,
$4.
fuck that. He
No.
works for the
Wait.
government.
Wait. If he's not just the only one, though,
Ah,
like
this
we
is
got it,
true.
we'd have to hit a. You know what I mean? If we get enough people to get up to like 20
If
bucks,
we get enough to pay for the restream for the month, I'll be a happy camper.
Oh hell yeah!
that's only 15.
20
All right, there you
bucks.
go.
There you
Top is
go.
15, dude. You want a
We'll review
specific-
whatever the fuck you want us to watch,
Yeah.
and it does not have to be a horror movie.
Listen, we will be the
Yes.
gore and horrors at that fucking
yeah,
fine,
the gore and
dude. It's
horrors.
only- 15
Yeah.
bucks is 15 bucks, right?
15 bucks, little man.
All righty. Chad Daddy, what are we covering next week, my brother?
Next week, we are dipping our toes into some cosmic horror, which is actually going to continue
Oh?
over the next week. We are
Oh.
watching Species.
What? Is this a Bob pick?
Ooh.
This is
I think
my-
it is.
I feel like this was
It
a
is a
Bobby
Bobby pick.
pick. Yeah, Bob.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen this in over
Oh, I
20
love
years.
Species.
So
I
It's been a
I
while
was a
since
kid.
I've sat.
I've never
Definitely
seen it.
not. Oh,
Really?
Nice.
I have never seen it, and
Oh,
I am
wow.
working on a. I think I told you boys that I'm working on a horror movie right now, doing practical effects, and
Nice.
our guy that is our consultant worked on Species.
Fantastic.
Nice.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I think I remember you mentioned this. Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, so,
So-
technically, we have 4 cosmic horror movies in a row.
What?
Oh, that's
We have
really
Species.
dope.
After that's Pandorum. The third one,
that was
you
my
can't-
pick.
The third one, you can't really pick it, but you kind of can because it's Little Shop of Horrors.
Ooh.
I would say it's yeah. No, you could.
Yeah,
you
it's
could
got an
swing
alien
that. You
plant.
could swing that realm.
Yeah.
And we close it out with Alien Romulus.
Oh,
Covering
yeah.
Romulus.
Yeah.
Wow, we're
Okay.
jumping.
That was my pick.
Yeah, we really
I mean,
are.
Say we didn't. Well, we did cover 3. We never covered Resurrection.
Yeah, well, we don't need to. We didn't even need to really cover 3.
I like
Oh, I
three.
wasn't.
Yeah,
was
but we
I-
watched the
I
director's
wasn't
cut. And the
operating.
director's cut I liked more. I'll give it that.
The
So,
CGI killed it for 3 for me, but I really wish they would go and
redo
give
it,
us
like,
no,
clean it
no,
up.
fucking make a new fucking alien movie with Ripley in it that completely erases.
Yeah, the Neil Blanc. What is it? I can't see his fucking name, but you know that's
Blomkamp.
Blomkamp. Yeah,
Yeah.
sweet. So you said you've never seen Species.
No,
It's
never.
a very horny movie, so get ready. That's
Hell
all I'm
yeah.
saying.
She's
Uh,
naked a
yeah.
lot.
I'm watching
Yes,
it
she is.
without Mel.
Maybe you should watch it with Mel.
No, because then I'm not gonna be able to pay attention.
Yes, you will. She'll make you pay attention. Well, maybe not to the movie anyway.
Just do what the Bloodhound Gang says and pretend it's X-Files. Then you're fine. That being said, anything nerdy to talk? I got nothing, so
Nothing.
I got a little something. Which are we all Tom Atkins fans here? Or am I asking a stupid question?
Tom
Oh,
Atkins,
dude, come on.
absolutely.
Atkins, come
Tom
on.
We love
Atkins. Well, Night of the Creeps. It lands on 4K from Shout Factory with
Dope.
a new Tom Atkins figure.
Oh, I might
It
have to
is-
get that.
It is Tom Atkins in the white suit from Night of the Creeps in the dream sequence.
the drink.
When he's got the sunglasses on, the drink. I swear to God.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's like
yeah.
Fantasy
As cool-
Island Tom Atkins,
As
dude.
cool as that is, I don't think it justifies the $80 price tag.
Woo!
You can buy the
$80.
figure. You can buy the figure by itself, and it's $50.
Yeah, but you're getting the 4K. That's like 80 bucks.
Getting a
usually,
director-
or
you're
30
getting a
bucks,
director's-
right?
You're getting the director's cut with it too. So you're getting, I think,
Director's
things
cut
that-
came with all versions of it since it's been out.
but not in 4K. I'm just trying to
Not in
make it
4K,
work.
no, but
Interesting.
I just
I
can't
don't know.
justify that price tag.
I mean, I do want that movie in 4K, but I don't need to spend 80 bones for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that,
Hey.
as of right now, that's all. Oh, well, and speaking of which, I'm bloody disgusting. Speaking of American Psycho, it is here from it. This was published on the 7th. Bret Easton Ellis doesn't believe Austin Butler is really starring in American Psycho. So it's been a topic now for a little bit, which I find suspicious.
Ooh, Austin Butler? Huh.
Who's Austin
What the fuck is
Butler?
that?
Elvis Presley.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That would be a very so he's another method actor. And even after he did the Elvis movie, it took him forever to drop the Elvis accent. So
believe
I
it.
would
Kept
be
eating peanut butter banana sandwiches. He wouldn't stop.
fried peanut butter banana sandwich, baby.
oh.
Oh, you got
Oh.
something in your teeth over there, you know.
I mean, you gotta throw bacon on there too. I
Want
feel.
some chili cheese fries, man?
I do.
I
I could never turn that down.
Chili
No.
cheese fries or poutine?
Ooh.
Either one.
Ooh.
Either one.
So
I
well-
feel poutine wins for me more than chili. I love chili cheese fries, but poutine is the
Okay.
win.
So how
I
I
don't know,
told
I do
y'all in the private chat about the Mexican chicken fried steak, if you guys ever come
Yes.
down here. So picture, I'm pretty sure you boys have had enchiladas before.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Picture chicken fried steak, but with authentic enchilada sauce on top. No gravy.
Okay.
You got the sauce and then melted cheese on top. It is hands down the best fucking thing you will ever put in your mouth.
Hot.
I think I
I
can get
need it.
behind that.
It's
do.
Okay.
fucking amazing.
What up, Captain?
What up,
I
Captain?
would eat
Captain?
that in a heartbeat.
Nice.
Capitan.
Anything else, nerdy boys?
I got
That's
got
all
nothing.
that
All right. So next week we are covering Species once again. That is a Mr. Bobby pick, and it is a lot of places, man. It's on Tubi, Pluto, so free.
Captain says,
not
Captain says he's got a challenge for us. What's your challenge?
Oh God. Not
Is it a
watch
physical
any-
challenge? Take the
Is it-
physical challenge.
Captain, is that Javen? Is that you, Javen?
I don't know.
Javen.
Javen's a buddy of mine.
It's somebody from my Twitch, so I don't know.
Word. Well, that being said, Bob, if you want to start us off.
This is your killing machine, Bob Amon, saying, join us next week for Species. If you haven't seen it, well, watch it and come on the episode with us. We'll see you next week.
This is your host with the ghost, the prince of the paranormal, the duke of the dead, the dean of the deceased, the Lord Scuba Cabra, aka Scuba fucking Steve, saying, I will be watching Species for the first time, and you will see my reaction next week. Tune in, baby.
Pop that cherry.
Mhm.
10 push-ups. I can't even do one push-up as bad as my shoulders are.
I did 30 of them already today. I'm done.
My shoulders
So,
still
go ahead.
pop. So
yeah. So this is your Dark Lord of Knowledge, your Chad Daddy way down yonder in Chattahoochee saying, join us next week where we get to see some alien titties Species.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm very excited. It's been a long time. And I'm not so mean Fluff Master Stream, Big Johnny D saying thank you once again, Gorehounds, for joining another fantastic episode. Thank you everybody in the chat for joining in tonight. It's been a very it's been a very talkative night. It's been awesome. We love it. And thank you for joining. Thank you for sharing. Once again, like the boy said, Species next week. Watch it if you haven't. Join us next week at the same time. And oh yeah, stay fresh, cheese bags.
Patrick Bateman penis.
Penis.